Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, this wherever you are. This is Dalek 451, the new Dalek Emperor, joined by my good friend Stephen or Stephen Ransom, whichever one he prefers. But and how you all doing tonight? And and as for me, I've things are a bit things are a bit funny at the moment because I'm actually all alone at well, not quite. And I've this week my parents have gone away for a holiday, and my leaving just me and my brother here. So yeah, so things have been a bit different there, and this is my first this is my first change since my birthday. Um, so so Stephen, how have things been with you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Just did a stream earlier today about Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. We got some sidetrack, but it was all good. We had a great time. I was on there with the usual John and Roman for Mixtape Monday, and then who else did we have on there? Blair to Blair, Jacob Ironside, and myself, of course. So we had a good old chat about it. That's a great. That movie's crazy, and it's like we were talking about whether or not the woman spoiled it, and I don't know. I'm on the fence.
And it was, let me see, and let's see who's in the chat here. So obviously we've got you, Stephen, which because you're already up here. So we've got Tiger Stripes. Always great to see you, Tiger Stripes. We've got Skogil Jotun. Good to see you. And we've also got our good buddy, Son of a Red Shirt. Great to see you, my friend. What's up, boys? When's my birthday? I'm afraid you've already missed it, Son of a Red Shirt. My birthday was the 1st of October, the beginning of this month.
Yeah, I thought so too. That's right. That's the way I remember it.
And Aravik Sander, good to see you too. So, okay, I just started. We've got a good crowd already. This is great. Right.
So being alone is cool, Man alone, the adventure of it all, doing your own laundry and feeding yourself, out in the wild, no one to protect you but yourself, just you and your wits.
Yeah. It's a bit of a it's been a bit of a thing. I mean, we have to. We've really. I've got to for the rest of this week until next Friday. I've got to try my best to to get along with my brother, and that's very hard for me to do at the best of times. Because
you'll get through it.
Because my brother he drives me mad. My brother.
Well, who's older?
Him.
Oh, well, that's a problem. Well, just defer to him. Let him be the captain. You've been on panels rougher than your brother, I'm sure.
Yeah, some of the places I've been to on been to on YouTube. Yeah, I'm sure I'm worse than him. What's the what happened? Well, happy belated birthday! Thank you. Oh, thank you, Red Shirt. And what's the topic? If I'm honest, I don't really have a set topic. This is I wish I did,
What's going on with you in Halloween? How do you feel about the Halloween season as a topic of discussion? Anything strike your mind right off the bat?
I'm not a honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Halloween.
Okay, that's cool. I'm not either. I mean, I like the holiday dressing up and everything like that, but all the horror movies and the decorations, they don't really appeal to me, the whole death cult thing. I'm just not really into it. You know, I don't get slasher movies. It's not really my bag of tea, so.
Yeah, I can perfectly understand that. I admit I have a bit of not much, but a bit of a fascination with horror movies. But I'm some because for some reason I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube from people, a lot of videos on YouTube from people talking about who talk about horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure why, but I do, and I also like a lot of. I also like watching watching and listening to scary videos and listening to scary stories.
Yeah, I like that too. I like the real stuff more than the fake stuff.
I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure why, but I do. And we've actually got our second guest for tonight. Hello, Tiger Stripes.
Hey, Dalek.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Tiger Stripes.
Oh, thank you for having me. I don't know how long I can stay. I just had to come in to say to Stephen, Death Cult, Halloween, please.
You'll need to define the please.
I think I've said it all.
Like I was saying, some reason I do like scary stuff to an extent, but when it comes, Halloween as a holiday, I've never really been that much of a fan of. Well, I think it's just Halloween because especially the whole. I don't think I've ever actually, done the traditional thing of celebrating it. I don't think I've ever been trick-or-treating or anything like that.
Oh, well, that's right. I keep forgetting. It's like you're coming from a culture. I'm an American, so Halloween has been a commercialized thing. Yeah.
When you're a kid, especially.
Look, trick-or-treating is a thing here in the UK. I know it as well. I know people here do it. I mean, because every year we do get it, because almost every year we do get some people coming to our door on Halloween and Mom would get would leave some sweets or chocolates by the front door and give it to them, so
I need a Dalek. I need a Dalek avatar with you holding like a Halloween bucket. I need that avatar immediately for the Halloween season.
Maybe I could talk to Fef for Hire about that.
That would be great. Like one of those big old like jack-o'-lantern, orange.
I know what you mean. That would be brilliant. I admit it would be brilliant, and it would be good thing to have for a Halloween themed live stream if I ever did one. No. And what says? And Skogel Yoham says, I always turn off all the lights and close off all the shades. Make sure the deck lights off, and I go hide in the dark with the curtain closed, and I play video games so nobody comes to my door. Good idea. Good idea, Skogel. Skogel. Good idea. I guess you don't want, if you really don't want trick-or-treaters coming to your door.
And I miss Skogley's. Easter is a death cult. I guess.
Easter.
That is kind of true.
Easter's not about the death.
Right.
That's
It's about
Good
the
Friday.
rebirth.
Easter's about the re-life.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's right. It's the
Yeah.
reset.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ is just like, oh, that's right. I have an extra life.
Yep.
And he's like, blop, 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 and he regenerates.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what Easter's about. And plus, I mean, come on. I mean, how could you call a holiday which where you get to eat big chocolate eggs and chocolate bunnies as a deaf cult?
Well,
Come on.
the original form of it was actually a dance. You would dress up in what you thought was the scariest monster in the world at the time and walk around in scary places
Oh, wait a
to
minute. You're talking
chase
about
them away.
Halloween now.
Yeah, I'm talking about Halloween
Yes.
now. Yeah. So the traditional holiday was actually you would impersonate what scared you so that you could scare it away by
It is
taking
Erevic's
on it.
right. It is connected to All Saints' Day. So it's the eve of All Saints' Day, the eve of those who are hallowed. So it's Hallow Eves, Halloween. And yeah, the gut the I think the myth is that the night before all of the evil spirits are freed for the night. They're walking. And so yes, you disguise yourself so that you can pass amongst them
Oh,
without
that's
them doing
okay.
you an injury.
See, yeah. So I guess in the modern form, because we're supposed to assume that we're all doing the right thing by performing the holiday this way, because that's all it ever was anyway. We're actually contending against imagination. Imagination has been let loose. So we go incognito to the best of our abilities as imaginary characters.
Hmm. Well,
Well,
uh,
that's a modern spin on it, certainly. Classically, you would dress up as a monster or a witch.
Right, right.
Yes.
good
We
evening,
haven't
Captain.
celebrated that since like the 40s or 50s.
Oh, hello, darling.
Hello,
Oh, I think
Captain.
it goes back farther. I
Hello,
think
Stephen.
Oh, yes, yes. But
when
the last
the
time we
Puritans were
celebrated it like
carving
that.
turnips into jack-o'-lanterns, I don't think they took that seriously particularly.
They took everything
to
seriously. They were the
really
Puritans. They cancelled Christmas.
to really get to where people really believe, oh, I'm dressing like the evil spirits. You'd have to go back, boy, I don't know, medieval, I imagine.
Yes.
The
Yeah,
witch.
at least.
Yeah.
At least. Kind of like Bill Murray doing the zombie act in Zombie Is it Zombie Planet?
Zombieland.
Zombieland.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
And Walking
Like,
Dead, too. They actually smear themselves with the dead so they can walk amongst them undetected.
so perhaps it's a leftover from the Dark Ages when, everything was fallen, or whenever that time period actually was, the period where history was kind of like, who cares? We need to feed ourselves.
Was a regression from the Renaissance. So it was post-Renaissance, I believe.
The Dark Ages? No, it's before the Renaissance.
It was before the Middle Ages.
You're testing us. See if
I'm
we're paying attention.
I'm testing myself.
No, it's definitely Renaissance was almost a response to the Dark Ages.
Right.
It ended
just
it.
Before the Age of Enlightenment.
It was the light. Yeah. I don't make the rules.
I always thought that the Dark Ages were a bit of a regression, but what were they, the 500s, 600s?
They were after Rome.
Yeah, after the classical age. That's basically
right,
history.
after Rome. Good,
right.
Correct. Well, no, that's a myth. After Eastern Rome. Well, that's interesting. If the fall of civilization was the fall of Rome, then the Renaissance was, we just discussing this on my channel, was the fall of the Second Rome, Constantinople in 1453. Yeah. Arguably, everyone escaping there kickstarted the Renaissance. So that's interesting, Tiger. That's already amazing. The base of the two pillars of the middle of history are the fall of the two Romes. That's wow. Good hypothesis. Look at that. I've been here 2 minutes. I've got a book already. Thanks, Tiger.
Good.
No, I think
Wow,
you're
good.
spinning this, Captain. I think that's your idea, not mine. But good on you.
Yeah, it's a good bounce. No, really, because the fall of Rome is like famous as the end of civilization and the start of the Dark
Yeah,
Ages,
but
but lesser
Daleks
known
was
is the
talking about how he's not really a
second.
Halloween guy, and I guess in the UK,
Yeah.
Halloween isn't
Oh.
as beloved as it is here in the US. I do dearly
It's
love
really
Halloween. I really do.
mutated. It's really quite a
We do again. Look, like I said, we
Don't spin it
do.
into a month.
We definitely
day.
do. We definitely do celebrate Halloween here, but maybe not quite to the extent. Maybe not quite to the extent you do in America. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
And let's hang on. I think
It's been a few years now
got a,
since I've dressed up and gone out, and I miss
Yeah,
it.
well,
I really
yeah.
do.
got a
too.
couple
I
of
miss the effort, the craftsmanship of it, and putting the costume together and trying to get the character together to go with the costume. The whole
Yeah, I
Costumes, now
remember
you're talking.
the last time I wore a real crazy costume, like full on, like 150%.
Mhm,
I was a blue demon with like my girlfriend, with like
mhm.
latex wings and the whole 9 yards and
What was your
horns.
girlfriend?
She was the witch that had brought me onto this plane of existence.
Wow, that's pretty
So,
conceptual. How long ago was that?
oh God, it's like early 2000s, 3 maybe 4. And we were
Yeah,
rained out too. It was so terrible. We spent the whole night indoors. We were rained
yeah,
out.
it's probably been a decade at least for me, and I miss it. I do. And my last costume was Coraline. And the brother
Nice.
and I went to the goth club. That was our thing. We would go down to 6th Street and look at all the people, and then go to the goth club. And I actually made the second round of the contest, I'm proud to say.
Do you like that
Contest.
form of animation?
What, fancy dress
I love
contest?
almost any kind of animation,
What was
almost.
it? A
I'm not
costume
particularly
contest?
fond of anime, but yeah,
Oh,
claymation,
that's I'm
modeling.
sad.
Tiger.
I think that's brilliant. That
You don't like anime. I'm sad to hear that, Tiger Stripes.
I'm
Tiger Stripes.
sorry. I've tried. I haven't tried a lot. I've only just recently watched a few of the Ghibli's.
Tiger.
If that's
Oh,
even how you
come,
say it,
Tiger.
Ghibli? Is it Ghibli?
Gib,
Studio
Gib,
Ghibli?
Tiger.
And I'd never
Oh,
What
seen
was
them before. Very few
Tiger?
of them.
which one?
Tiger.
Okay,
What was the competition?
Costume contest?
Costume contest. Right.
Yes,
Okay.
at the club.
Good.
Yeah.
so
Right.
you were
Yeah.
saying,
Understood.
so
Because
you,
it's Halloween. Yeah.
No,
okay,
because
so
I
you,
won a
so you
because I
would,
won a fancy dress costume contest at a club, but I didn't even know I was in that thing. I was just wearing my normal clothes. True story.
so
Anyway.
you was okay. So Tiger Stripes, you were saying that you've seen a couple of the Studio Ghibli movies.
Yes.
Which ones? Which ones did you
I
say?
think most recently I watched My Neighbor Totoro.
Oh,
nice. Good
Totoro,
hit. Good
I
boy.
believe
great!
it's actually Totoro, and
Yeah,
I had never seen that, and that is really, really good, and I adored it,
I'm
loved it.
glad you liked it because
And I saw
I
Princess Mononoke in the theater
Ooh,
when it
another
was
good
just
one.
oh,
released,
you got it.
and
You
I
got
gotta
it.
Mononoke.
tell
You
you,
got a heavy one there.
I know
Yeah.
I fell asleep.
Casual.
What?
Like.
There's something about the frame rate that just lulls me.
Well, that's very interesting because it is about a little girl, and her effort as a hero is to avoid being lulled into that world. So
That's hilarious.
it, that's actually part of the whole thing. She loses her name. She has to take on a job, and at the same time, she's secretly trying to escape. So, and
Maybe that's why I fell
Stop.
asleep.
Wait,
Who
wait,
it is
knows?
a dream
Maybe I
world.
was hypnotized.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's not Princess Mononoke.
No, not Princess Mononoke. That's Spirited Away. You're right, though.
Yeah.
Like I'm even referring to the wrong movie.
Oh,
And you were when we were
Sorry.
talking about this on
Sorry.
you and I were talking about this on Raquel's channel just a few nights ago, Stephen.
and I've seen the
How
one with
could
the
you
giant
forget?
walking house with the chicken feet. That's based,
Oh,
I think, on a
How's
book
moving
by
How's
Diane
moving
Duane,
Castle?
maybe?
That's How's Moving Castle.
Yes, that was very good. So,
Did you watch
I'm
the
gl- well, I'm
the
glad
English dub?
Well, I'm glad you liked at least some of those films, Tiger Stripes, because
but
I
I bet Dalek, you know all the anime, the ones that are just like television series that are hundreds of episodes
I know
long.
quite a few
I know
myself.
I know quite a few of them. Yes.
Yeah.
2D all the way, baby.
Yeah, look, and
I-
look. You're
Did you
talking.
see Arcane?
If you
Tiger Stripes.
I know people really love it. I've heard people refer to it recently many times.
It was as a true fan of the animated arts and cell animation specifically, it is a joy to watch. Even if the story is not really up your alley, it is a joy to watch how well crafted this thing is. It is so well done. The faces alone, the Disney animators, the classic Disney animators would be so proud of what they've achieved with these characters.
Did you
Every
like it,
single one
Dalek?
of them are fascinating.
Arcane. I'm not sure
That's the
if
one that was on Netflix, I think it was.
I'm not sure if I've seen that.
People are going
I
on
don't
about
think
it.
I've seen that.
But is that a series or a movie?
It's at present an open-ended first season. So it introduces a world that pre-existed before the game it's based on, which is League of Legends. So this is a prequel to that universe, and some of the characters are familiar, but not all. But it's just a really, if you enjoyed the Ghibli look of Howl's Moving Castle, you'll totally dig the aesthetic of this series.
Well, again, Tiger Stripes. I'm very glad to hear you at least liked some of the Ghibli movies, because I personally, I love those. I love those movies to no end. I absolutely adore them, especially
How do
like
you say the creator's name?
Hayao
Hayao
Miyazaki.
Miyazaki.
Hayao Miyazaki. Yeah, he's wonderful.
I mean,
And
yeah. I mean, if you, I mean, you said okay. So you saw you saw My Neighbor Totoro. You said you saw Princess Mononoke, but I think
I fell asleep in the theater, I'm afraid.
did you?
in the theater. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Which was okay. When you say
And
you saw
that's not
Princess
like me. I don't do that. I don't do that very often.
You say you saw Mononoke, but was there demons and monsters, and was there like
I know it was Mononoke. I know it was.
Right. It was the one with
Okay,
the wolves and the boars.
And wisp.
Yeah.
There's lots of wisp. Like the wisp.
Yes.
In,
yeah, the little spirit, the little tree spirits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Mononoke.
Yeah.
And
the god of the forest.
So
I love the look of that creature.
Oh yeah, the god of the forest, yeah. Or the spirit of the forest.
Spirit of the forest. Fantastic design.
But I mean, like I said, me and Steven Ransom were talking. We were talking about the Ghibli movies over on Raquel SSG's channel just last week.
Yeah, we did a 2-part series of the majority of all of the films from Studio Ghibli.
We did.
Wow.
And we talked about each film individually, and which.
Well, why'd you do that on Raquel's channel and not your own?
It was her idea. We were invited as guests.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think it's almost 6 hours worth of material.
It sounds very comprehensive.
Catalog.
Yeah, and then after that, we actually did a watch party stream on her channel as well. We watched one of the Ghibli movies. We watched one called Only Yesterday. Yeah.
That's delightful.
I've never even heard of that one.
It's by the other the other voice at Studio Ghibli, Takahata.
Isao Takahata, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's a much more grounded voice. There's almost no magic in the worlds he creates. Whereas
did he start out animating for Hanna-Barbera?
I don't think so.
His name is familiar.
Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah,
I seriously doubt. I would
Hanna-Barbera
imagine he
had
would
a
would have been busy.
Japanese animator back in the day.
Huh. I'd have to look that one up.
And, I have no idea, but I doubt it. I mean, wait, Hanna-Barbera had a Japanese anime
Mhm.
or something.
Somebody with a very similar name like that. That's why I asked.
Hold on, I'll look it up. So we have been
Well, my
so
pers-
negligent as the captain is dissertating in our chat, of
He
course.
is.
I think he's onto something. There's definitely a great idea for a book, and he's got PJ Maybe totally backing him up. So.
How PJ maybe?
Indeed,
Yes.
PJ has a stream on the classic King Kong movie tomorrow.
I've been kind of neglecting the chat a little bit. I need to.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're nothing without a chat, and yet, fuck them.
Let's,
Hang
let's,
on, I am the chat. What?
let's see. So hello to PJ Maybe. Good to see you. BK
Yay.
Dan, my good friend. Good to see you too. Happy Tuesday. He
BK
says.
Dan.
Who is anyone else new here?
Aravic's here.
Arabic Sonder.
I think I already
You
said.
did, but
I already
let's
said
give another
hi
shout
to
out.
Arabic
Skogly.
Sounder. Good.
Let's do it a third time. Arabic Sonder. The
And
people
pop-
ponder.
Pop culture curators here too. Good to see you.
Ah,
So it came off the back of pop culture. It's been a heck of a. This is the fourth party in a row. Yay!
Oh man, he said, "I fell
So
asleep
good,
during
so good.
Crocodile Dundee and Titanic."
That's not a knife.
you-
This is a knife.
I mean, look. Okay.
I
Speaking
wish
of
I
that,
fell
Tiger
asleep during
Stripes.
Titanic. My goodness, what a drag that film was.
Why am I up at 5 a.m. still
There's
up?
enough
or
room
just
for
got
both
up?
of you on the piece of wood. Come on. Mind you,
Yes.
Leonardo would have gone, that's it, you're over 25, off you get. Boof. I'm keeping that one.
Yeah. I mean,
Instant classic.
Yeah, I know. I've heard a lot of people say like the ending of Titanic doesn't make sense or something like that.
Yeah, she's way too old for Leonardo. Doesn't make any plausible sense.
Well, you asked me what. Well, to answer your question, Dan, I actually did get a few. I did get a few hours sleep, and then I woke up around close to like 3 a.m. and well, just not that tired. So, and I'm still and also like the title of the stream says, I'm still trying to get 150 subs. So thought, hey, may as well go ahead and start a stream now because
So, Tiger Stripe, to answer your question, the name of the artist, and I may butcher the pronunciation, Iwo Takamoto, worked for Disney back in the day.
okay.
He worked on Lady and the Tramp, Cinderella, and
There you
Sleeping
go.
Beauty. 1925 he was born. He was born in Los Angeles.
There you go.
Yeah, because back in the 60s, Takahata was like a very busy person. He was working on dozens of episodes back in the 60s, 70s, 80s. Yeah. Yeah, two different guys. That's funny.
right. Okay, so but yeah, if you I mean, you said as I was trying to say, Tiger Stripes. You said you fell asleep. If you fell asleep watching,
You're never going to let this go, are you?
Princess Mononoke of all films.
I tell you, I think it's something to do with the frame rate of anime.
Yeah.
There's
She was
something
in
about
the theater,
it that I find
maybe the projection was off.
No, I find it jarring. I really do. There's something about it that just it's kind of scrambles my brain a bit. Yeah.
Right. Well, if you
I think that's the part I like.
To each their own.
well, if you fell asleep during that, you're gonna be a full on you're probably gonna be comatose watching Only Yesterday.
Well, that might be true. They're very slow pieces, but what kind of action? What kind of magical or action type of film do you like, or what kind of animation do you prefer?
Well, that's a good question for anyone here.
That's a good. I mean, you say you love animation, so.
Well, and I know Dalek loves animation, but he doesn't
Oh,
really care for
absolutely.
fantasy as a genre in film. And yet animation is about fantasy.
Wait.
He doesn't like anime either.
Wait, who said I didn't like fantasy?
You're not a LOTR fan.
Lord of the Rings?
Right.
No, lustful of the. I'll insert punchline here.
I've been watching. No. I love fantasy. How could you not say that?
Well, I know you love Harry Potter.
Swords and sorcery, then.
I don't really know you that well, Dalek.
Well, yes, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. That is true.
Is it fair? I mean, for those of you that like genres, is it fair to call Harry Potter magic realism?
No. Harry Potter is magic. It's
no,
not magical realism.
Magic realism.
It's magic.
No. That's very disingenuous.
Magical realism is something entirely.
No, hang on. Magic realism has the word magic in it. When people say magic in the real world as opposed to Middle Earth, magic realism has the word magic in it to cover the magic.
Magical realism is a literary genre.
Yeah, and it includes Harry Potter and Indiana Jones. Well, that's the discussion I'm starting. It's magic.
No, it really doesn't.
Well, that's what the starting point is. Well, that's what I'm trying to have a discussion. But magic in the real world, yeah. Fantasy, swords and sorcery is Lord of the Rings, but if it takes place in the modern world, well, if it's not called magic realism, it needs the name. Sorcery in the modern, James Bond with sorcery. That's Harry Potter, isn't it? Or Indiana Jones.
I guess you could look at it like that. And also, sorry to hear you can't come up, BK, but you can't come up, Dan. I I understand. Anyway,
so Dalek, you don't mind fantasy? Do you have to take issue with Lord of the Rings?
I love fantasy. I mean,
I'm sorry.
I
really am.
A lot of the stuff I watch and read and watch is fantasy. I mean, how could you say I don't love fantasy?
I definitely have an issue with the amount of in the woods with bows and arrows, with swords and armor, with magical wizards and witches and creatures, all in the woods, all in the past or some past. I take issue with the amount of it that's existing, and because I'm a big science fiction fan, and anime in Japan seems to be the only one tackling hard science fiction to my satisfaction. They do it best because they can just draw it.
That is very, yeah. I mean, yeah, there is. Well, that is kind of true. There is a lot of There is a good. The anime does have a sci-fi genre.
Well, just Gundam alone is gigantic.
Oh, of course. Oh, yeah, sure. That's good. Perfect example right there. Gundam. Yeah.
Yeah, spacefaring battles, huge, gigantic battlefields depicted on screen. Like you get the whole structure of the battlefield in real time.
Yeah.
These guys are like obsessed with that kind of stuff.
Oh, they are. Yeah.
Isn't Gundam giant robots?
Basically,
yes.
Yeah. They're it's fighter pilots in the form of robots in space. So there's still battleships and aircraft and carriers, and the Gundams dock on the carrier. So there's a clear naval distinction, naval and aviator.
Yeah.
Sort of military science fiction, right?
Yes, primarily
Yeah, I
the
have to say,
military.
it's not really my genre.
I totally get you. And what are you into? That's what that's
The
how we
simple fact.
got down this merry path in the first place.
I mean, the kind
You
of.
were
I mean,
avoiding the question, Tiger Stripe. What is your style
No,
of
actually,
animation?
this is Dalek's stream, and I'm always throwing it to Dalek because
I mean, the simple
it's his
fact.
house.
The simple fact is what people don't seem to fully understand about anime is there's something for everyone in anime. There's a genre for everyone.
Well, of course, the medium isn't a genre, is it? It's like people that think that all comics are superheroes. Idiots.
No, yeah, they think. Well, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. All Western stuff, usually 9 times out of 10, it's just superheroes. But in Japan, in anime and manga, you get all kinds of genres. You get slice of life, you get fantasy, you do get superheroes, and also but again, if you there's different. You don't have to dismiss all anime just because you think that's. If you dismiss all anime because you think it's all just all the same, you are completely wrong. Because you can have something romantic, you can have something adventurous, you can have something slice of life, or
I also have issues sometimes because I feel simply overwhelmed by the genre. Like I saw the movie for Cowboy Bebop and absolutely adored it. Haven't made it through the series yet,
fantastic.
but loved that. And I think that what led me to that was realizing that that's pretty much what Firefly was based on.
If there's one anime I absolutely
Outlaw Star, you mean? You mean Outlaw Star?
I'm sorry?
Outlaw Star, not Bebop.
If there's one
Firefly was based on.
Haven't seen Outlaw Star, but I'd heard that Firefly was based on Bebop.
Yeah, you could say that too.
If there's one anime I absolutely recommend, it is Cowboy Bebop. 100%.
I think that's going to be the one that I get into.
Well, that's good. And
it's also a closed series, right?
It is. Yeah.
It has a beginning, middle, and end.
It does.
And I
Far
like that
superior
very
to the
much.
TV show.
Yeah, the series it does have a beginning, it does have a middle, it does have an end. Yes, very much so.
I missed what Steven said. You said the movie was superior to the television show?
The anime Bebop is far superior to the TV
the live
show.
action. No, I don't have any interest in that at all. No, thank you. Hard pass.
He's talking about.
No, I'm talking about anime here.
The abomination that is the live action Netflix series. Well, less said about that, the better.
I feel bad because it was clear, I think, that John Cho was really going for it. It looked to me like he was really putting the work in.
They're the victims here.
Hi, Moses.
It's so true.
Hey.
Hey, Moses.
Hey.
Yeah, those are the guys you got to sympathize with.
So I hear
everybody
you're
else
talking about sci-fi anime.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about anime in general, I think, Moses.
And to think we started off with Halloween.
We did start off with Halloween.
Well, that's the thing. That's kind of the point of this of these particular streams that I'm. This is what I call my chill and chat streams. It's completely open. Anything and everything about pop culture you want to talk about. So it can go. So there isn't really a set topic for this stream. So.
All right. So yeah, I kind of think that Japan a lot of sci-fi things happening in their anime.
Say that again, Moises.
Well, Japan has a lot of stuff happening there with sci-fi on anime.
Yeah, they do because they do make a lot of sci-fi. There is a lot of sci-fi anime.
Yep, and some of their sci-fi anime made its way to America decades later. especially over the years.
Well,
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah, and now it's practically all available for, I don't know, $20 a month. You could have pretty much everything ever produced is online somewhere.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think my favorite part about anime in general is that there's something unique on almost every single subject. And my favorite recent example is a golfing show about these underground golfing tournaments that are like a high stakes gambling affair where,
And
you know,
that's
there's
an,
kind of a Squid Game kind of element to it. Like these girls
yeah,
are in
that's a
danger.
yeah, that's another thing. You have anime has you have a sports you have sports anime as well if you like
Hmm.
that thing. Yes.
And it's literally about golf. Like that's the mechanism of the whole story is that these girls are really, really good at golf. And the show is primarily focused on golf as a sport, like the details of it, the way anime does. It's where they almost instruct you on how to understand what they're doing here so that you could understand the rest of the anime. Yeah, some of my favorite part about it.
Right, yeah, because they do. Right, yeah, because they do. If they've not if because man, these sporting anime. I mean, I haven't really seen much of it because I don't like sports at all. But but if you like sports and you find an anime about a particular centered around a particular sport, like then well that might well yeah they will take that sport and turn it up to an insane degree.
Right, right. Yeah, where all of
Sports
a
is
sudden
not
they
my
almost
thing.
PJ maybe is going to bed. Good night.
Oh,
Good night, PJ. Maybe.
okay. Good night, PJ. Maybe. Thank you very much for tuning in.
So I actually did do some a bit of research while you're talking, and when you say about Gundam being big in the industry, I actually kind of think that Transformers was inspired by Gundam.
Well, if that's the case, that would make sense because wasn't Transformers originally from Japan in the first place?
yeah.
Well, yes.
Yeah, and
Well,
giant
yes.
robots far predate even Gundam. I mean, Gundam is
Oh
actually
Yeah.
yeah.
a modern breakdown.
Giant
was-
robots were a thing in Japan.
Hmm.
Thing.
Yep. I mean, just the giant Robo live action series
Aren't they an
was
offshoot of the? There's a word for the giant monsters.
kaiju.
Kaijus.
Aren't the
Kaiju.
giant
Yeah.
robots sort of
Yeah.
developed as a antagonist to the
Yeah,
giant monsters?
there was a
Kaijus.
show where the robot became gigantic to fight these giant monsters.
Right.
Yeah, it was definitely an offshoot. I think he even appeared, or something like him appeared in one Godzilla feature.
There
It was
are
a team up.
yeah there are a good there are anime like that with literally all about giant robots fighting giant monsters. Yeah.
Hmm.
Were there giant robots in Astro Boy? I don't
I
really
think
know
so.
Astro Boy very
Huh.
well. I was just sort of
I-
wondering where the whole thing started.
The one thing I hear about Astro Boy is actually that movie I've watched years ago.
I'll look it up. Earliest giant robot.
You're at sounds like noises. It sounds like
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of noise going on in my background.
I mean,
It's
it also sounds like your connection's not that good.
Feedback and whistling.
yeah. Yeah, it kind of makes me think that this headset that I have for computers isn't working out.
Yeah, there's two bucks you're never going to see again.
Well, I'm gonna need to find another headset that does work out, and this one is wired because I don't think Bluetooth wireless doesn't even work out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so some of the earliest forms were back in 1972. Some of them were related to villains in the. You're correct in the Astro Boy series, but there was another one called Tetsujin 28, and it was a giant black robot with like almost a Roman helmet on top. And a little boy was controlling him and going on adventures against spies and science that was out of control. And
What
that
year
kind of
would
thing.
that have been?
Also, early 1970s.
Mm-hmm.
And this was in manga form first, and then later became animated.
Ah, manga.
Yep. Yes, indeed. No, there's a huge heritage of all this. I remember the giant toys of this other guy, Messenger Z. Was like another early form. It wasn't until 79 that Gundam came along.
Well, and then the whole concept of having multiple robots joining together to make one giant robot, it's kind of a corporate concept, isn't it?
Well, I discovered an early form of it in American science fiction literature, where
Sounded familiar.
In the late 1940s, a guy named Dr. E. Smith, in the Children of the Lens, his children, the main character's children, there are 5 of them, join together as a single bonded mentality and destroy the big boss at the end of the series. Like in a single blow, like right out of Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all mental.
I was thinking of mentioning Voltron. Yeah.
Huh. Well, there's actually a thing I have not heard of.
What, the E.E. Smith stuff?
Well, no. The other thing I have not heard of is actually a Transformers Star Wars crossover.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure there might be, but I don't
know.
Well, I found that out on Wikia.
There have been weird.
No. It's not going to happen. It's a bad idea. Crossovers are terrible, and that's the worst one you could do.
Although it did happen, but probably years ago. Although the toy line started in 2006.
Oh my! Oh wow! Oh wow! I just checked my sub count. I'm 1 away from 150. I've got. So come on! So anyone out there in the chat not subscribed, please subscribe. Just one more, please.
That's hysterical.
Anybody
I
lurking?
am not finding any actual animated crossovers, but
so
there is a toy line.
So Star Wars Transformers toys exist somehow.
Well, because toy line, it's they're perfectly. They have every single right. Just like there's Star Wars themed Rubik's cubes.
They even have a transformer of the Millennium Falcon.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much all the vehicles can transform. So it's canon in the toy verse.
So in late 2017, Takara Tomy announced a reboot of the line with the new designs and higher price points to the beginning of March 2018, starting with Darth Vader, who transforms into a TIE Advance X1. Huh, no, that's actually what I actually want to get.
I mean, since we're talking about that, here's a question for you all: who here watched Transformers as a kid?
Well, I only got film as a kid, so that's the only thing I got of Transformers.
No, I was
Yeah.
busy watching Battle of the Planets.
Although
I
I had
watched
no
most of it.
interest in Transformers at the time until a friend showed me.
After
I
my
saw the.
time.
Oh, was it?
After my time. But I do think that I used to hang out at a bookstore, and a lot of the people who went there regularly were writers for animation and television. And I believe a lot of them turned out to write scripts for these shows that are greatly loved, but were things that I just really never watched and didn't know about. And then it's only afterward that I realized, oh my God, they were writing for this thing. That's amazing.
Oh,
And a lot of the time, too, it's the sort of thing where they're taking the original Japanese cartoon and then writing an entirely different script for it to
Yeah,
sort of translate it to the American market. But I knew people who did that.
that must have been rough work.
They never talked about it. Kind of funny. I only found out long after the fact.
Hmm.
In a
well
lot,
then,
in a lot of
that's
cases,
Unless,
really that's an impressive toy that they had in mind for a Darth Vader Transformer.
a Darth Vader Transformer? No way.
Well, I did mention about a Darth Vader transforming into his Tie Fighter, so I did take a
No,
look
no,
and
no, no, Vader.
and this is pretty cool. I wish I had it. Although knowingly that Darth Vader was one of my favorite villains in Star Wars.
Hey, hey, look who's here! Canadian Spider-Man. Great to see you, pal.
Spidey.
Hello, Spidey.
Hey, everybody, just making dinner. Happy Monday night.
Happy Monday night.
Well,
This
it's
is
Tuesday.
Well,
really
Spidey.
Well, it's Tuesday morning for me, Spidey. But yeah,
Well, it's Tuesday evening for me.
Captain, what animation have you seen?
Battle of the Planets.
he will not. He will not stop going on about that until I've seen it.
He literally asked. That's literally the most honest answer to a direct question I was asked out of the blue. What do you want from me? Lies?
Fair enough. So anyway, I mean, it's funny you were saying about Tiger Stripes about writing in a script to make it appeal to America. Well,
That's
when
a
I
Well, that was a short interview. I really
Vader
enjoyed Battle of the
Transformer.
Planets. Cheops,
I
Seven Zark
wish I
Seven,
had one.
Princess, Jason, the other one. Yeah, it was a really good show. Talk a lot about teamwork. 5, acting as 1, plus of course 7 Zark 7 back at the base.
I like
Man,
that show.
Battle of the Planets. Oh, it gives me tingles. I'm getting tingles. Right, I'm giving myself tingles. I'm going to mute myself.
All right, downloading the picture. Send it to Discord.
as I was trying to say, when I first started watching anything anime, and I didn't, well, for the longest time I didn't realize it was from Japan because back then
Mm-hmm.
like late 90s, early 2000s. When I was around the time I first saw anything anime. It
One of
was
my earliest animation experiences was a film called Watership Down, which was, I believe, a European production.
that's a British animated production. Yeah.
And
So
it's
now,
based on a
I'll
book
tell you what,
as well.
Dalek. Thank you, Dalek. I've had a great time. 5 acting as one, as they used to say on Battle of the Planets, but not so much about this panel. So I love you guys, but I'm just not feeling it with you guys today. So maybe it's me. So plus I've got 3 invites elsewhere, very popular. So I'm going to fuck off now. But thanks, guys. Thank you, Dal. You're great. Subscribe to Dalek, everyone. He's fantastic. All right. One shepherd said to the other, let's get the flock out of here. Bye.
Well,
cheers, Captain.
Thank you. Well, Captain, thank you very much for joining us. But if you needed to go, I guess you needed to go.
so
That's a better
Dal,
exit than he made last time.
Now, so I have posted the Darth Vader transformer I talked about, and I wonder if you can care to share this picture with the rest of the class.
And I would if I could see it, Moises.
It's on Discord.
Oh, it's on Discord. Okay.
Have you ever heard of that property, Tucker Strike?
Which property is that?
Oh wow.
Watership Down.
I know, right?
It's,
I mean, like, I wish I had that as a kid.
Yeah, it was a book by Richard Adams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's an
about
animated
bunnies,
feature.
savage bunnies. I think I actually saw the movie.
I've seen
it's been remade. They remade it just a few years back.
Oh, did they?
I believe they did.
There's been a few.
Also animated, I think.
There's been a few adaptations of Watership Down. Yeah.
Well, I think just the 2, unless they've done a live action one that I don't know about, which sounds horrific.
There was a lot. There was a little. Yeah, there was that animated movie, like you said, with
back in the 80s. I think. But yeah, they remade it very recently, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I was a kid, one of the shows I was on as a kid was there was actually an animated series called Watership Down for kids.
That sounds intense, but I mean, I don't doubt you. I think you're right. But that's not exactly fair for children. That's the funny thing about it. Just because it's a cartoon doesn't really mean it's supposed to be for children.
No, I know, and look, I know what film you're talking about. I know you're talking about the animated movie, and yes, that movie is very brutal. You're right.
Well, the book is too. The book is too.
Worse. Yeah, worse, in my opinion. The book is much harsher.
Well, I think it took me decades before I finally learned what, I can't even say it, myxomatosis is. And then when you find out, that's horrific in and of itself.
Are you talking about the behavior of the mothers in the den?
No. It's a virus that was introduced to rabbits by humanity in order to kill them.
Which is hyperlistic rabies.
It involves bone growth. It's pretty horrific. I know we're talking about Halloween again. It's just
okay. Yeah, I have seen this one. I have seen
so
the one
it's deteriorating rabies.
I'm sorry?
Oh,
so it's deteriorating rabies?
No, it involves bone growth, and the rabbits get the appearance of having antlers. It's all very peculiar and beyond me in terms of the science, but I understand it really is a real thing that human beings introduced to rabbits in order to curb the population.
Oh, that's fascinating.
It's horrific.
So it's
but it's part of Watership Down. but they don't really refer to it that way because it's within the context of what the rabbits understand about themselves as rabbits, which is
Right.
We've got hey everybody, good. Just quick thing. We've got another guest. So let me welcome to Potato Revan. How you doing, pal?
yeah,
Good.
good. It's the Potato Revan.
Hey, what are you doing at 5:30 in the morning when you have insomnia? Fuck it, stream.
Yeah. So, Potato Revan, I have found something that might have interest you.
Oh?
Well, while me and the friends have been talking about Transformers, I have found out about a Star Wars Transformers toy and crossover.
Oh, yeah, just stick in my Discord. I'm not the one who's into Transformers. It's my admins. They set up that little room for themselves. I'm like, yeah.
Although, how am I supposed to send these pictures to your Discord if I cannot access you?
No, not me personally. Like, the Big Stream Potatoes, you're in that Discord.
Oh, so you made yourself a Transformer section?
Yeah, it's been there since the beginning.
Yeah. Well, here is the toy line I've been talking about.
And, we've got another guest. Hello to Scotty R37. Good to see you, man.
Scotty.
Good to see you. Hello to Scotty R37. Good to see you, man.
Hello, hi, thank you, hi.
Hey. Hello.
How do?
Oh my.
Oh, Dalek, you want to come back Friday?
I think you've got an echo
What's the-
going, Scotty.
Depends what's the subject for Revan.
Oh, we've changed the format. It's now a general discussion, but this week is the Jedi Order.
Oh,
Ah, right.
is that the animated Dooku?
No.
Oh, I thought that there
It's-
was going to be an animated Star Wars show coming up this week that was going to be like there's going to be animated Dooku.
Oh no, it's just an all like general discussion on the Jedi Order and why it failed.
Oh, I haven't
Personally-
seen it.
No, it's not about a TV show, Scotty. It's
No.
a general discussion about the Order as a canon, as an existence in the Star
Oh,
Wars
the
universe.
Jedi Order as a
Yeah, as they call it, the Jedi Order proper.
right. It
Just
failed.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Potato Revan, I have sent these Transformers pics into the Transformers, and this might surprise you.
Okay.
You did.
Moises,
You did
so
send them.
diligent.
You did send them to me on Discord. I mean, but I'm not sure about. I'm not sure about sharing that here. I mean,
Before Moises explodes, you have to share it. Please hurry up and share it before he blows up.
Wait,
hi,
is
Quick.
it my friend?
hi,
And
Captain.
start.
Hi, Dalek.
Hey,
Well,
Captain.
this is better than your last panel. I'll give you
Was-
that.
Wasn't expecting you back so soon.
I know. This is better than your last panel.
He
Oh,
loves
is
being
it?
Scotty adjacent.
Revan, what do you think?
Oh, dude, I don't even have my Discord open.
Oh dear.
We're still
I'll check
wrestling
out
with the
another time.
Transformers pictures, Captain.
Close the porn tab.
No, don't.
Is there an echo in here?
Scotty, there's an echo.
There's an echo.
Yeah, there is an echo.
There is an echo.
There is an echo.
There is an echo.
Not from
Row,
Tiger.
row your boat gently down the stream.
Merrily, merrily.
Life.
It's just
Man, this
a dream.
this Darth Vader looks really cool.
Oh yeah, that
Okay.
was clear as crystal. That was.
Okay, you know what? I'm just.
It's like talking to a
Ah,
transformer.
Actually, no. Transformers will be clearer.
It's like talking to a Dalek.
Again,
What?
they'd be clearer. It's like
Well,
talking to
you are
a
talking
1990s
Dalek.
computer router.
All right. Okay, Moise. I'm gonna show everybody this.
oh.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
That's what.
Behold.
Behold.
No,
Yeah.
no. Blah, I just threw up in my mouth.
Yeah.
That looks
See,
shit.
Captain, everything is possible. They are Transformers are part of the Star Wars universe in canon in the
Yeah,
toy
in
line.
canon, sure. Yeah.
In the
Yeah,
toy
no,
line
they're not.
canon.
Yeah, that's canon, all right, sure.
It's not about you, Captain. It's about the children.
It's about the mess.
This is madness. I can't believe this thing exists.
Oh man.
It
Well,
looks like a bootleg to me, honestly.
All right. I think.
Well, I
okay.
feel-
I think
So does
that's.
Andor.
All right. I think that's enough.
Yeah, that's a bootleg.
Yep, so's Obi-Wan. So's She-Hulk.
I feel like wanting to get that.
The real stuff's
No,
the bootleg and the bootleg.
That's not what I'm.
The bootleg stuff is real.
That's not what I mean. I mean, like literally, as a tie line, that is bootleg because the box is wrong.
I know I was extending it into a theme, suggesting that the entire
yeah.
Disney output is a bootleg. It's a parody at this point, isn't it?
Well, the Mandalorian's actually good.
Oh, here you go. Sure, fine. Yeah, the Blandalorian. Oh, yeah, help me get the thing this week. With
No, I really
Swear
loved
Goodbye.
Mandalorian
The Blandalorian.
right from the get-go.
Nothing there.
You know,
Knock
the
off
best.
Boba Fett.
I knew I was in on the Mandalorian because, like, in the first 5 minutes, they made a Star Wars holiday special joke. I'm like, okay, I'm in. These guys know their
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, and also in the first episode of The Mandalorian, they did mention Life Day, which is also the Christmas
You're right.
special.
My general point is ruined. Disney have been nothing but a gift for the Star Wars brand.
Well, I can safely say I've never had a. I've never.
Seven.
I can't remember the last time I had a panel this big. I mean, 7 guests, 6 guests, 7 people.
Hold on, Dalek. Are you accusing me of being a person?
Oh, you got there quicker than me, you son of a...
Said
And
every
this is
single
Apex.
woman you've ever been with, Scotty.
Hello.
Ah.
50.
And hello to
Apex.
Apex Comics. Congratulations on 150 subscribers.
150.
Wait, hang on.
No. I think he's congratulating you because of the title.
Oh.
I have Apex Comics. You're a little premature. I haven't got 150 yet. I'm only 1 away from 150.
Remember, everyone, time to unsub.
Yeah, don't forget to dislike and unsubscribe.
We did that to Anti-Tracker once. There's a whole load of people in the chat and we all unsubscribed to him. And then we all resubscribed to him.
Well, and that would throw the algorithm in a haywire.
Yeah.
That's why we did it. We were dicks.
And by the way, Potato Reverend, you're a Sith Potato Lord.
Okay.
I will accept your judgment. Thank you so much for commenting.
Well, he is a potato, and he's called Potato. So,
Yeah. Did you guys hear the good news coming out of DC Comics of late?
Zatanna trilogy.
Good news coming out of DC since when?
Yeah. The new guy took over, so in the past 2 weeks he's taken over properly.
I warned
All the
us.
woke stuff is cancelled. Woke Batman cancelled. Woke Superman, the Son of Superman is cancelled to such an extent they're not even canon to any multiverse anymore. Then the Batgirl's been cancelled. A load of proposed movies have been cancelled. Most of the CW is gone. Henry Cavill is back as Superman. They're now looking for a blonde Supergirl.
Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller is looking at 26 years in jail. He is currently in court right now. He is no longer going to be the Flash. They cannot cancel the movie. They have spent too much money, and they have contracts that they can't cancel with distributors.
More
So
proof
Ezra Miller's
that
still
Alec
in the
Baldwin can get away with murder. That's what that is.
Also, Rooster stayed around for some reason.
You serious, Revan? Oh,
Yeah.
that's okay. What's the catch? Because all of this sounds too good to be true.
The guy's an open Republican and he hates wokeness.
Is he really?
Yeah, they're bringing out a new series comics to replace the ones that were gone, and they're
Are they gonna give Superman his proper catchphrase back?
yes.
Oh, thank God! Because I mean, so it is actually gonna be truth, justice, and the American way again.
Yes.
Wow.
Also,
Maybe.
If that's true, then that is beyond amazing.
They're
speaking
bringing
of
out
which-
a
and speaking of which, the slogan "Truth, Justice, and a Better Tomorrow" is a thing because, well, Superman's gay comic is now a sinking ship and it's now sinking below.
that's cancelled. Moist, that's
26
like I
cancelled.
years
said,
in a
it's
federal
already said.
penitentiary.
Because I'm
Yeah.
hearing.
Fuck.
Okay.
Oh, Ezra Miller, you
and-
have
and-
fucked up.
And Ezra Miller is finally getting the just punishment he deserves.
Yep.
Not yet. He's in court. Today's his first day on trial.
Look, I don't know much about this guy.
In trial, on trial where?
This person.
What state?
It's federal. I don't know. I think it may.
Federal.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
not
well,
sure
he-
exactly where. Because he did
Vermont.
it in 3 different locations.
Yeah, because he went across borders
Mm-hmm.
with the people that he allegedly had in his custody, I guess you could say.
Well, he was trying to create a.
And
You know
now they're
what?
going to release the Flash with him in it. Ah,
Yeah.
Good luck. What?
Oh,
they're
no,
putting Amber Heard in there as well. Oh, you're in the
Captain.
shit now.
No, Captain, they've actually have
Don't kept
admitted.
me, I don't care. I'm not even listening.
Well, yeah,
Yes, but
that's obvious. But they've
What else is
actually
new?
How dare you? I've listened to everything. That's why this conversation's happening. 26
So,
years, and they're going to put a
basically-
movie out with him.
Oh,
DC
gonna call it
Comics
the
have
Groove,
already budgeted
Cancelled.
in the failure from the Flash movie into their annual budget. So the Flash movie is expected to fail. The only reason why it's coming out is because they've got contracts that can't be cancelled with distributors.
I'll make this shit up.
So there's the new
I'm so fucked.
So there's this new guy in charge of DC Comics, and
Oh, Dalek, I'm going to send you a tweet. You don't need to share this, but this was confirmed 3 hours ago. Okay.
This
okay,
being
Henry Cavill is officially back as Superman, and not only that, he's getting a second movie. A solo Superman movie.
words.
So are they
It's
going to
just
put
words.
convicted criminals in every single one? Is this like an answer to cancel culture? They're only going to put A-list convicted criminals in all their movies, in between Ezra Miller and Amber Heard. I mean, they really should be called Warner Brother, like Warner Brother before he signs up for one of your stupid movies. WB, oh, you have really messed up. I wouldn't give
Well,
two
they did-
pennies for their share
They
price
did
right now.
completely cancel that Batgirl movie, which was in the can, all made, all cut,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and
Oh,
the word
snap.
is that it's just completely appalling.
Yep.
Really,
Oh yeah,
so woke that you want to vomit.
they've actually
Also,
I thought,
also, to speaking of which, Rooster Teeth still exists somehow.
yeah,
so at
that's something that is definitely something that very much surprises me. I mean, considering that all the stuff that's going on with Warner Brothers, I mean, look, like at least what recently just happened with Cartoon Network being shut down, or at least like merged into this other animation studio, so it technically no longer exists.
did you hear about Funimation, Alec?
Oh,
Yeah,
we've heard
yes,
about Funimation.
No,
I know. It's been merged into Crunchyroll. It's gone. It's
thank God. Which means
no,
all the guys from
no,
the Vic.
no, not thank God. Crunchyroll is just as bad as Funimation.
Yeah, but the
Actually,
people at Funimation are. Yeah.
Not as fun as the Mations would intend.
also me despises Funimation. Although I like to support Demons, also good, a good series, but I can't support it while Funimation is still around.
So basically, from what I heard, is that everything up until the end of this year that comes out is going to be underneath Funimation, like Crunchyroll, and then from next year it's just going to be Crunchyroll. But Funimation may be a studio. I don't know. It's
They're going to have it
contracts are
as a
weird.
channel under. You go to the
Yeah.
Crunchyroll board, and there's a button for Funimation, basically.
Yeah, like a category.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Somebody playing with a Zippo? That's got to be Scotty, I think.
It wasn't me this time.
Surprising.
This time. Scotty profiling has begun.
Hey Cat, you think you can actually do your and Palpatine skit?
Okay, I
That
think
was
I have to go
awesome.
now. But
You okay?
love to you all. Thanks for inviting me in, Dalek.
It has been as a pleasure having you, Tiger
Yes,
Stripes.
yes.
It's
It's
Indeed.
always
Nice
fun
to
to
meet you,
talk
As
to
Tiger
you.
always.
Stripes.
Yep,
Have a
same
good
here.
night, Tiger.
See you
have
guys
a,
later.
have a good night, Tiger
Cheers.
Stripes.
You too. Bye-bye.
Cheers, lady.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that was a lot better than her last exit.
Oh man, you're gonna please don't harp on Tiger Stripes for that. She's a lovely lady. She doesn't deserve it.
One of the best. I know, right? Agreed.
So
Hey, Dalek,
anyway,
you going to call
about
with
the
Jody
news
with?
about the news on
Everyone
what's
talk at
going on
once.
with Warner Brothers.
So we was say, I mean, yeah, that's right. I was saying, but I'm surprised. I'm surprised Rooster Teeth is still there, considering everything that, like, every company, every division of Warner Brothers that doesn't make money is being absolutely gutted. Look what happened to Cartoon Network. Why is it not happening to Rooster Teeth?
Give it time. CW got gutted.
I'm sorry, Rooster Teeth? What is that?
And an anime studio.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
Yeah,
What do they make?
The anime studio started with Red versus Blue until it got big, and also it got big enough that it made Ruby.
And then it got bought by Warner Brothers.
Okay. Okay.
So, one of the things from Funimation that really pissed me off was what they did to Dragon Ball Abridged.
What, by shutting them down?
Yeah. Dragon Ball
Hey
Abridged
man,
was
it's like that's what they. If it was your content and somebody did an abridged version and they were like, no, we're not going to take the deal you're offering, you'd be like, shut them down. I'm sorry, but if I was in their position, I'd do the same thing. Especially if I made an offer, which I'm sure they did make some sort of offer.
Guess Crunch didn't even do anything when there's such thing as a hot spice fridge.
But Crunchyroll is selling spices now.
Well, Well, at least Crunchyroll didn't do anything when a Guardian Spice Abridged came around.
He's not talking about selling spices. He's talking about this absolute this he's talking about this
Abomination of an
this
anime.
little abomination of a so-called anime called High Guardian Spice.
I don't think
Yeah,
anybody else
there's-
on the panel has seen it.
Yeah.
Don't
It's best not to.
bother watching. Don't bother watching it. It is absolutely awful.
Why
You have
Dalek,
saved us all, Moises.
Yeah. And why you need to watch, guys? What you guys need to watch is Ghost Stories Abridged.
Oh,
That
no.
is-
Oh, Ghost Stories. I've heard of that. Yeah, but
Oh my god.
I've heard the dub for that is insane.
It is. It like literally. So a lot of people they think it's in the bridge. No, it's not. It's literally the movie. Like there's one scene where there's this kid in it, and all he does is go, and they keep making out that this girl is a really fundamental Christian. So whenever she says, and no matter what it is, it's always in the name of Jesus, and it's the most innocuous things ever.
What's the most innocuous thing is the animated rock monsters on that planet of the animated series of Star Trek. Isn't that so, Scotty?
I don't recall.
The rock monsters in the Star Trek
Oh, no,
episode?
tonight? Yeah,
Yeah.
they were great.
Phasing in.
You know what,
You mean
gentlemen?
the episode of yes you were discussing on your pop stream.
Well, yeah, and it was a great episode. I gave it a 10 out of 10. I think everyone should watch it, and it's great. But I'm going to go eat ice cream like a pregnant woman, if you will allow me.
Well, sit in the corner crying and to watch your husband have sex with his more attractive, skinnier receptionist. Okay.
Yeah, you know what my Monday nights are like. Thank you for noticing.
Are you splitting, Scotty?
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to go eat ice cream, and I'm going to go watch, I don't know.
You're leaving, Scotty.
Yeah, if someone wanted to call me a cuck, that's fine.
I think you're lovely, Scotty.
Scotty, be brave. Do not cancel your natural born killer's fate.
Okay.
Well,
Can't believe you skipped out on it last week.
Oh my god, another fucking YouTuber banging on about Twitter about 1776. Will you fuckers just drop it? No offense.
Anyway, I got to go eat ice cream and watch Sex and the City. I'll see you guys in the future. Thank you so much.
Have fun.
Well, see you, Scotty. Thanks for coming up.
Scotty's going to find a nice husband one day.
So yeah, Rooster Teeth still exists somehow.
Let me guess, you got this from that video that Clownfish TV put out, Moses.
Well, yeah, I did saw it. And to say at least, Rooster Teeth, let's say from the perch for now that they're not going to outlast it forever.
I seriously doubt it. No,
the CW Flash, the Arrowverse is gone, and the CW Flash has one season to wrap everything up, and then it's gone.
Speaking of which, so am I. Good day, everyone.
Later.
Nightcap.
Oh, I guess he only wanted to be here because Scotty was here.
It's all right.
Yeah, but how are you, Stephen?
Not bad. We had a good panel today.
Although if the FDL corporation still existed, well, if it actually exists at all, they would actually be able to buy out Rooster Teeth.
Hey, Dalek,
We
are you
shall
going
see.
to cover Jodie Whittaker's Regeneration episode?
Probably not, because at this point, I couldn't care less about what the future of Doctor Who will be.
Yeah, I know.
Because Russell T Davis is going to completely screw it even more. Even more than Chibnall did.
If there's I highly suggest that you guys watch House of the Dragons. That is fucking brilliant.
Why couldn't Russell just kept his mouth shut and just done the job he was supposed to do?
He is. He's working for
That
the BBC.
That makes you want to exterminate him more, does it, Dal?
What's all the worst is Russell is the guy who brought Doctor Who back to who started modern Doctor Who in the first place.
So he is like the Doctor Who equivalent of Dr. Feige, or I'm sorry, Kevin Fuggy.
I suppose you could call him that because he's gonna be the showrunner again.
It's lost, boys.
It's just
I've been seeing that meme of Boromir, talking to Aragon. Is just going, leave it. It is over.
I had Russell was like the one last little shred of hope I had, but then he opened his fat mouth at the BAFTAs last year, and he complained. Well, the people were he was being interviewed and asking him about what he was going to do with his new series of seasons of Doctor Who, and what does he talk about? And what does he go on about? The government.
Yeah, well, I can't imagine the difficult position that some of these people are in, where they have to say things to the press because if they don't, they'll lose their jobs. And they can't talk about that either because they'll lose their lives. And I don't mean physically, I mean everything else.
Yeah, even the guy who's in charge of Star Wars right now was literally forced to bend the knee back in 2014, 15.
Look at what's happening with Flash, with the Flash move, with Flashpoint, and they're also doing that with they're doing a full-on rewrite because of the firing of the director of Blade.
Oh, so yeah, and also they're basically they're also in DC. What I'm hearing is that they're pretty much setting up a new Justice League universe. We've got Wonder Woman.
Like,
we've got
so done.
The fact that the thing is, the guy who's in charge of Warner Brothers and DC Comics right now seems to be saving DC Comics. He put.
Are we talking about Zaslav or David Zaslav?
That's him.
Or someone else.
Zaslav.
Because that's not what I'd heard. I'd heard Zaslav was, despite being a money man, I heard he was a Democrat.
And no, he's saving DC Comics.
We'll see. We'll see what happens, man. He's got a lot of work to do, and the world ain't getting any younger.
He's not. I've heard mixed things about this guy. What I've heard, he's not perfect. He's not particularly on one side or the other, because nothing is safe from this guy. Nothing.
Yep.
Because if it doesn't make money, if he thinks it doesn't make money, it's gone. And that could be anything. So there's two.
Yeah.
So there's a flip side to the whole thing.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of money to play with.
Speaking of which, if the FDL Corporation ever bought Rooster Teeth, making changes with the studio itself, despite its other controversies, they'll actually fired one of the employees responsible for such controversies, and also the controversial slave labor thing.
What?
Yeah.
Mises, topics, be careful, algorithm.
Especially not to mention that they would actually do for the other animations that Rooster Teeth created. like Camp or the other animations that are not known, well, they're gonna be thrown out. All they would be caring about is Ruby, Red versus Blue, Achievement Hunters, and also Death Battle.
I got so man, I used to love Ruby, but I got really sick of it.
Yeah, but I'm actually guessing that FDL Studios will half of Ruby because they're actually give the other half of Ruby.
Isn't that that Modican company you thought of, Moises?
Yeah, they're going to export half of Ruby to FDL International, which is also another part of Studios' branch, which also exports from other studios internationally. Like they're going to export this to Japan.
All right, wait, God. Okay, look, and obviously nobody watching this or in the panel knows what Moises is talking about.
No,
this is just something between me and him.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard of the show. I've watched some episodes, not some episodes of Ruby, but beyond
speaking
that,
about episodes, I'm finally late on the train getting into Breaking Bad.
okay.
Yeah, I know. Only a lot of years late, but
And also, as for Red versus Blue, well,
Red versus Blue was pretty funny. I've seen what I've seen of it. It is pretty funny. I quite liked it.
Yeah, but knowing from that, they're gonna just turn from Red versus Blue from a comedic series, well, serious Halo spinoff series.
Yeah, it's if you want, Red versus Blue is basically the game series Halo.
yes.
Well,
I know Red versus Blue. I watched it back in the day on YouTube.
Yeah,
right.
I've seen it.
Dalek, we're old. We understand.
Yeah, I think I remember some of the earliest episodes too. So
Bum, 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 bum.
I remember when it first came out.
And
my favorite episode.
Hey, Dalek, you lost a subscriber.
I know. I checked, and that's really annoying.
I'm sorry.
Well, who knows who could be?
did the Sith Potato? Was it the Sith Potato Lord's doing?
I doubt it.
Why are you blaming me?
Well, you were the one who brought it up
it
last time. You brought it up just a little while ago, how your friends were screwing around with somebody.
Me?
Yeah, you, Potato. You're the guilty party here. You're the one who brought it up. Don't deny it, Potato. We can see it in your eyes.
I'm wearing a helmet.
Your dark side eyes.
That's right. Moises is on
dark
to you.
Yellow eyes.
We can see the potato behind the eyes.
Yay. But
Like,
yeah,
I can guarantee, Dalek, that when you reach 149, that person will put it back so that they can be the 150th.
Well, it was. Yeah. For briefly, I was at 149, but I've now dropped back to 148.
Yep. That chess piece will be returned.
yeah. I'm still looking forward to that Harry Potter game. I'm 2 weeks away from getting my fucking PS5.
Hogwarts Legacy.
Yes. So look, we still on for making videos about it, Dalek?
Yes, Hogwarts Legacy. We cannot wait to piss those idiots off. Where many people buy the game just to ruffle their feathers.
I can't. Speaking of Harry Potter, I can't believe. The shit, the absolute nonsense going on surrounding J.K. Rowling is just unbelievable.
Oh yeah, it's so boring. It's But it's beyond me how
And it's-
these people don't see themselves as the bad guys.
I
Because
know,
they
right?
see themselves as the good guys. I'm following a lot of them. I'm actually related to some of the people who are doing this.
No,
And,
Potato, this bit is getting a little broad. You're almost related to everybody I've ever been near you
no,
with.
no. I mean the leftists, people who are going on at J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she's she's. Oh my God, my cousin Ben.
Leftist C words, I call them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But there. But from everything, like, spend time on these people's Facebook page. I swear to God, like, they call themselves the Vax Squad and everything, and it's fucking tiring.
I'm
They turn around.
far too busy to follow people that would hate that I'm following them. So.
Oh, I find it funny.
I don't
I'm sure
even
you do.
bother doing that.
Yeah, I have far more interest in enjoying myself. It's so funny.
Dal, and in some time now, if Hogwarts Legacy gets a whole lot of downloads, these idiots will be coping and seething all day.
So what?
You know it. They absolutely will. Yeah, without a doubt.
Oh, I'm not even I'm not even like thinking about these idiots. I'm just going to enjoy the bloody game.
Also, every time there's the word
Good for you, Revan.
Yeah,
Also-
like Dalek, we've still got our friend Mary doing content. Are you still going to be doing the Gryffindor content? Or Slytherin, or what else were you doing?
Well, I did say, but if I did get this game, I would be in Gryffindor. Yeah.
Yeah, because Mary's Hufflepuff, I'm Slytherin. And it's a solo player, but the thing is, it was exclusively on the next gen consoles, and they've removed that, and now it's going to be on the current gen and next gen consoles.
I see. So I could play it.
Yes.
On my Xbox One, when it comes out. Oh, great.
Ugh. You're gonna need a capture card for it.
You need a what?
A capture card, $29.99. It'll connect to your PC. Basically, what it does is it's a screen recorder for your Xbox, letting you stream from your Xbox onto your PC.
I see. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess I would need some way to do that if I was gonna broadcast it while I played.
Yeah. It's fun. It's gonna be a laugh.
I have had the idea of at least trying to broadcast a game while I was playing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Steven, do you got any consoles? Do you have a PS4 ratting?
I don't play any games, to be honest.
None.
Yeah, I mean, I have a PS3, a PS4, PS3 maybe. I don't know. I play Skyrim on it. I don't go online. It's not hooked up to the web. It'd probably stop running if I tried to update it, you know. But never was really into the games. There was something about the visuals of it that was very difficult for me to coordinate with. I do have a dyslexia with hand-eye coordination.
Yeah. One of the I swear to God, I've seen Skyrim VR. It looks both good and awful at the same time. It's just Skyrim, but with a pair of hands.
Yeah, I mean, what I loved doing was just building characters and going on all the other. I would go to everything before the story told me to.
Oh yeah, I've seen the memes about that.
And just build stuff and find stuff and update stuff and enchant. I got into enchanting a lot and building new armor and upgrading it and then enchanting it and collecting other enchantments and stuff like that. It was just fun. It was really just grazing. And
I don't know. Yeah, I think honestly in Skyrim the dragon armor was worse than the Daedra.
Well,
I always
Hey, oh, you want to say something, Moses?
Well, yes.
Oh, well, go on. What is it?
Well,
What is it?
yes. Such damn mic. So, when the Little Mermaid remake comes out, you know what I'm gonna just do instead?
What?
not
What's
watch
the,
it.
Not watch. What's the
Well-
original?
Well, oh yeah, since I'm not gonna watch the Little Mermaid reboot, I'm just gonna watch the original instead.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
'cause, I just can I just get into this for just a second? When they didn't have to. They literally didn't have to, you know, do what they did with Ariel. They didn't for this. They didn't have to because they could have made this about an entirely different mermaid, which Disney already has in their catalog.
Yes, but
Yep,
of late
but-
there
Yep, but unfortunately they just forgot about it, and also and also have that and every Ariel.
In fact, this particular mermaid, it was a friend of Ariel's from the animated series they made back in the early 90s, and she wasn't just dark skinned, she was deaf as well. She spoke with sign language.
So she's deaf and mute.
She was deaf, so she couldn't speak, but she was a very charming character.
have you seen Flounder?
The new for the live action?
Yeah.
No. What's going on?
Never gonna happen. Just like what they did with Mushu back in the Mulan remake.
But Mushu wasn't in the Mulan remake at all.
Like that's sad. They
Dalek, I'm going to share my screen.
Okay, let's. What do we got here?
Flounder from the live action.
Oh my god!
that
Is nightmare fuel. That is
break
it.
it! Stop!
Burn it!
Get that can!
Let it burn in hell!
My stormtroopers there!
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Yeah, they go nuke!
That
Why
is
doing this?
Why did you show us that, Revan? Oh.
Because if I saw it, so do you.
This is fucking nightmare fuel. I said that.
Yeah, exact. Yeah, you're 100. Exact. Yeah. That was nightmare fuel, Revan.
Yeah.
I have
Congratulations.
every super weapon I have in the arsenal, including my stormtroopers that killed this thing.
100%. Yeah. Yeah, and I'd have my entire Dalek army hunt this thing down and exterminate with extreme prejudice.
I actually have my stormtrooper, even an imperial fleet to the set.
That's
So
got to
Steven,
be
you
the best
gotta-
robot glitch ever.
I know.
You know, Sal, this thing is not gonna get out of our heads.
No, it's not. Thank you for that, Revan.
You're welcome.
Yeah. He is an evil potato Sith Lord.
No, I'm not Darth Revan. I'm just Revan.
He's not a Sith. He's not a Sith Lord. Moises. He's more
a-
like
He is a Sith potato Lord.
he's
No.
he's not a Sith, Moises. he's more
More
like
of I'm a god.
The god of potatoes.
Exactly.
You're a mandatato.
So
Yes.
would potato hell be mashed potatoes, or would that be potato heaven, where everything
I
is
just
one?
Potato hell is the Irish potato famine.
Ah,
Hmm.
of course. Terrible fungus
I
eating
just
away
ate-
at you.
I just ate mashed potatoes.
So would that be like heaven?
Heaven is when you take up freshly mashed potatoes and add the creamiest of butter to it, and you
Mhm.
just sit there, just.
Yep, that's mashed potatoes, all right. I really like them.
So I could see an entire sea, like we imagine, like the imaginary heaven being with clouds and angels
Yeah.
with harps and wings. And,
Yeah.
But the potato heaven would literally be just oceans of the most delicious, steaming, buttery mashed potatoes, where all the potatoes are one.
Just one big potato.
Damn.
All right. What else?
Or no, imagine if you're like, what's heaven? And someone just turns around, mess, fields upon fields upon mess. And it's like, okay. He goes, and the past those fields, crack cocaine. It's like, dude, do you have a problem? Yes, I do.
Yep. But the god of potatoes has no problem with potatoes. Potatoes are everything. It's a potato.
The god of
kind
potato hates potatoes.
thing. Like Dalek is a Dalek.
Yeah. And that's why to evade Dalek we just simply go upstairs. It's like, oh no.
Oh, not this again. You see, I'm a modern Dalek. Elevate.
Fine, we'll close the door. You won't be able to find us.
Dalek. His name is.
No, what else there?
Stephen, I got a few new people to join us this week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Bruce Lombard, Tim Cass joining us. Another Star Wars channel is joining us. So yeah, there's gonna be a few of us there. Raquel's coming back.
Very cool.
Raquel's gonna be there for this Star Wars discussion.
Yeah.
Great. Did you know? Well, you do know. Didn't that was it was how I was on her channel a couple of times last week.
Yes. I've seen you.
Yeah, talking about.
I was on it once with you.
Oh yeah, you were right.
I'm damn memorable, mommy.
Hey, to bring this thing full circle, kind of. Revan, what do you think about Halloween? Since it is almost coming up to Halloween.
Yep.
I think prepare for a rant. I think the true spirit of Halloween is lost. That it's absolutely 100% commercialized, and that it's not. There's no meaning to what it is. I went back in the day. I went out to there's all these historical rocks where the spirits used to rest, and I lit candles and I put it on top of it. Nowadays, the whole reason why people dress up, no one knows it anymore. They're like, oh my god, it's a fun costume, haha, and I'm like, it's not really taken seriously.
Well, I did research the history of Halloween by a video that I just found.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm from the country where it's from, and I worked in the history field for a while. But so basically, the reason why people dress up as Halloween, in costumes at Halloween, was because they believed that the dead had come back, both good and bad spirits from the underworld, right? And that you dress up so they'd confuse you, but now it's just an excuse to get fat and eat candy.
Right.
Well, I
So
actually still like Halloween though.
cool.
I mean, I'm
This
not,
Halloween, I'm going to be hanging with my friends on Discord. I'll get getting a takeaway and watching a movie.
oh, cool.
What movie you're watching?
That is currently being debated. We're looking at old Ghostbusters. We might watch the new Ghostbusters. We don't know yet.
It better not be 2016.
Yeah, I
No, I
doubt
said the
that.
new one.
No, no.
No,
I,
that's typical.
From wait,
I watched the new one
the
on the
film,
plane.
the ground zero for all modern woke shit.
And also the culture war.
But I watched the new one on the plane. From the parts I did see, it would seem to be good enough. The ending of it's quite sweet, not giving it away. But yeah,
Alright, so there's actually Ghostbusters, and what about the other debatable? What about the other movies that are debated?
oh, that's just amongst friends. Just like trying out like ideas of what we're going to watch. I said we should watch Final Destination. They tried to hit me with a hammer.
Well, that's actually a series I haven't tapped in.
Oh my, Dalek, have you seen Final Destination?
Uh, um, I think I did watch the original movie, and maybe the second one, and I've actually watched quite a few videos on YouTube talking about the Final Destination series, but I don't know.
Yeah. What
So-
about you, Steven?
I think I've seen one or two. That's
Uh,
the one with the kids, right? Where they're like they're stuck in a thing where they can't escape their own death.
Yeah.
Basically, how it works is in each film that there's some person who has seemingly has this horrific vision of their own bloody death in
Right.
this huge disaster, like
Yes.
where lots of people die, and then so what happens is they manage to avoid the disaster. The disaster still happens, but they survive it. But and then they've literally cheated death. So and then basically death itself comes after them because it was cheated.
Right. But not in a physical form. It's
But no. We never actually see anything.
Yes, actually,
When it comes,
yes, it's the wind. Death is the wind.
just the wind.
okay.
Yeah. So there's an Undertaker who keeps appearing in a couple of the different movies, always as the same guy. And he has an extreme knowledge of death. So there's a theory going around that either he is death, working for death, or else he's a survivor himself. But the movies, the deaths just got more funny. People say disgusting. I thought they were hilarious. Like there's this one death in Final Destination 5, I believe, the 3D version. And
No, that wasn't the 3D version. The 3D version was just simply called the Final Destination. The last film in the
Yes, that's
series
the one I'm talking about.
was Final Destination 5.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the funny deaths.
Okay.
This woman went outside of a NASCAR track, and after there was an explosion, she still managed to get hit by a tire and burst in half. That was hilarious.
Poor lady.
The deaths in these movies are so
Over the top.
they're so outlandish, so over the top. It's just unbelievable.
Well,
Like,
guys, I haven't tapped into the Final Destination series, you know.
cool.
and it all st- and
Oh,
it
I
all s-
haven't.
and it all and the whole thing also it all stems from the first film when they this is bunch of high schoolers trying to they're on this big trip to I think it was to Paris but just and as they get on but to just after they get on the plane that was to take them to Paris the one of the kids has a vision of the plane blowing up just after takeoff and
Yes.
everyone dying. So
But at the end of the movies, everyone always dies.
yeah, that's the thing about these movies. No one, there's
No.
there's no happy ending to any of them. Everyone, they all die eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it actually becomes part of the movie to guess how they die.
Right, as the alternate.
Like-
what kind of? It's supposed to be similar, though, right? Whatever they envisioned, it actually kind of happens, but in an alternate way.
It happened.
No,
Yeah.
so basically, division happens. Like the way division happens. But then when they're out, like just say for talk's sake that it happens amongst us, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we're out in the world doing our own thing, Dalek could be doing shopping, and when he's putting the stuff in the back of the car, a truck comes over the edge of the store, flips over,
Yeah.
crushes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the first one, and I get the premise. I'm just wondering if, in the vision, the
Yeah.
kind of body damage they received, if the alternate way that they received the damage, was it similar? Like, if somebody got their head chopped off, did they get their head chopped off by some other means instead of the plane
No.
crash, so to speak?
So in Final Destination for the 3D one, right? One woman, she got stabbed through the chest, and in another one, a rock went through her eye when she actually died. Another girl got crushed, and someone else got hit by a tire. But the one who got hit by the tire ended up getting ground up in another vision. But then she turned around, and it basically became that she got killed by a truck hitting them. So as the movies went on from, I'd say, 3 upwards, it was random how you die, because one guy in the third movie, Dalek, you see the third one? The one with the train and the roller coaster.
Oh yeah, that one.
So basically, everyone dies in the roller coaster. To get decapitated, they get crushed, things like that.
Right, okay.
Right? They end up getting hit by nail guns, getting hit by fireworks, getting shot, and hit by a train, and a guy gets ground up by the motor of a truck.
Dal, I actually don't know about this, but I kind of think I've been missing out some potential deaths on the film since Dead Meat did put up a kill count on these movies, and yet Potato Revenant is spoiling it all.
Yeah.
It's Final
Okay.
Destination. Like,
Yeah.
the last one ended 11 years ago.
Okay, so we don't need to talk any more details about it. He wants to be unspoiled. That's cool.
One of the funniest things about him is when
Because
I watched the
somehow,
doc.
I actually don't know if Potato Revenant misheard it, but I haven't seen the Final Destination before.
No,
Yeah.
Moises, I think he gets that.
Why you should look up Dalek is Doctor reacts to deaths on Final Destination. That's hilarious.
Have you ever? Never heard. Never heard of that channel.
So it's Doctor reacts. So it's this doctor. They react to like Scrubs, House, different programs to see like if you'd survive. and things like that. And there's one of them. She's a female doctor, and she's watching Final Destination, and she's like getting sick watching the movies. She's like,
Wow.
yeah, and it's like, how would you think you'd survive? What? How does this even happen?
Yeah, I know, because the disasters in the deaths are so outlandish.
Yeah. Oh, my sister
I
is a
mean,
big.
even the whole. I mean, this is. No, I can't. No, I can't tell you. I can't really say that. That's a massive spoiler for the series.
But you want to know outlandish? Fucking Fast and the Furious. That shit just got ridiculous. They sent a car into space in the latest movie. I haven't watched it in years. And
I've never watched Fast and the Furious.
It started out all about cars, but then basically they threw a car at a helicopter in one movie, and in the current one, they sent a car into space to drive through a satellite.
What?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm guessing
out loud.
I'm guessing Fast and the Furious did actually take the path on what Saints Row did. Not, and I'm not talking about the reboot. I'm actually talking about how Saints Row ended up from being a hardcore gangster game to a silly gangster goofy game where they have aliens and other goofy shit around there.
And before we go on, I need to just quickly say this. Hello to Fedorable the Horrible. Great to see you. 150 subs. So let's do this. Yeah, I mean, I wish I could actually hit 150, but I seem to be hovering at the moment because I'm back. Well, someone's giving me another sub. I'm back to 149, so. So anyone watching this, please give me that one more sub.
Sub. Oh, and by the way, Dal, there's something on your head.
There is.
Yes.
Is a little. Is it my little? Oh, is it my little precious?
Yes, it is. Your little
Aww.
precious.
What? I'm having kind of lost.
It's a little thing. It's a little thing that me and Moises do. That's something that's just between us.
Sure.
Okay. We're okay. We've this stream is now past 2 hours. Shall I?
And 3 minutes.
Dalek, by the way, on the 30th, just a heads up, the clocks go back.
Right.
So, Revan, have you ever tried some of the other horror movie classics like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Halloween?
Oh yeah, I ruin horror movies with logic. To me, horror movies are essentially comedies.
So what are your? So what about Halloween?
Halloween is one of the most convoluted messes I've ever seen, but it's still hilarious.
Yeah, the Halloween series has fans from other different branches.
The original Halloween, or just the series in general?
The concept of Halloween You see, I run horror movies for myself by putting in too much logic. I laugh at it. Like there's one movie, I forget its name, that really pisses me off because I get pissed off at stupid people in horror movies. Right, Dalek,
Right.
you know iCarly.
Oh God.
No, I'm not talking about the show. I'm just saying the actress who played Carly in it. Right?
What about her?
She was in a horror movie. This
Oh.
dude shows up to her fucking house. I'm going to kill you. I've killed everyone next door. I'm going to kill you tonight. Right? He has a machete with blood on it and a shotgun with smoke coming out of it.
Right.
Okay? He then leaves, says, see you tonight. Dalek, what do you do?
Wait, he tells her he's gonna kill her, and after this murder spree he's just been on, and then he just leaves.
Yeah. And
Wait,
says,
what?
I'll be back tonight. What do you do? Leave?
If I was in this situation, I'll be prepared and armed because as an American, I have my right to defend myself.
Yeah, but it's a horror movie, so you'll die first.
Not when it comes to guns, because I have
It's
to
a horror
self-defense.
movie, though.
That doesn't sound like a horror movie. That sounds like a horror parody.
No, it was literally meant to be a horror movie. It was meant to be a suspenseful horror movie.
A legit, serious horror movie. Are you
Yes.
kidding me?
Yes! Like, Dalek, like, Steven, you heard that situation. What would you do?
Get in the car, get in a bus, get in a train, and just
Call
leave
the-
town.
Call the police.
Yeah.
Yeah, but get out of town first. Like,
Yeah.
completely out of the city.
I just played
she go-
horror games like that. I just played horror games like Dead Space, and the only thing I actually solve in the situation is with firearms.
Yeah, well, that's a video game.
Yeah. So, in this
It count.
movie, she turns around, she goes, has a shower, and goes to bed.
Totally ridiculous.
I'm like, you deserve to die. And
More
then,
like the
and
writer
then she did.
does.
Yeah. Oh, there was another movie where this girl got brought into the basement by the skinniest man I've ever seen in my life. Right? There was 3 women in the basement with, right? None of them chained up. And when your man walked down, 0 weapons, and they all turn around and put their backs on the wall, and they're like, please don't hurt us. I'm like, rush the door, rush the fucking door.
God damn it.
And she's there, and they brought her through the kitchen, and it's like, she's standing in the kitchen, and she's like, I don't know what to do. There's nothing here to defend myself with. I'm like, fucking knife full of a drawer full of knives, a chair.
How about the drawer? How about the drawer
Yeah.
itself? Just use the drawer.
I mean, like to say at least, to say at least, if she's a good knife thrower, then she had no problem using knives to defend herself.
We've got a new.
Hey, Bubba.
We've got a new. A new arrival in the chat. Hello to Geek Hero Bubba. Good to see you. And and we've got another guest. Revan. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure how you're gonna feel about this, but
Okay.
our next guest is Sci-Fi Nation. How you doing?
Hey, sci-fi.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
Hey,
But horror movies are just ridiculous.
if you actually think that's ridiculous, wait until you see the recent version of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh yeah, you mean the one where there's a bunch of people driving around in a self-driving car? That she got dragged out and got her head cut off because she didn't know how to hit the fucking gas? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, and to say at least, I actually wonder that after everything that just happened, from being chainsawed, from having a shotgun, I just started talking and survive everything, how could Leatherface tank all of this? I mean, like he would have been fucking dead, and yes, he just still is. I mean, like what? I mean, like, does this guy have superpowers or something? And like, what was he actually like Jason Voorhees?
Yeah, that's what they've become.
I mean, like, seriously, Leatherface could have just died in many ways, and yet they just want to make him live because he could just tank everything like what Jason did. Like Jason could tank anything, and for Leatherface, he's a human being, not a supernatural being that has the ability to tank on and everything.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Apart from being like just like isn't Leatherface basically just like Leatherface wasn't supernatural in any way, was he?
No, he is actually actual being who he's actually a human being whose purpose is to cut off people and make them into meat, and also not to mention was raised by a fucked up family of cannibals in Texas.
He's actually based on a real guy
called Ed Gein.
Yeah.
Wait. Leatherface is based on someone who was real.
Leatherface. Yep. Hold on. Leatherface, Silence of the Lambs, and someone else are all based on Ed Gein, who used to kill people, eat people, and wear them as suits. Oh, Norman Bates. That's who it is.
And where
from Psycho. Are all based on Ed Gein.
They're all based on the same guy. All these classic horror characters. Like Leatherface, Hannibal Lecter, Norman Bates.
Norman Bates too? I thought that was based on something else.
Aspects, it's more like when he was with his mother because he kept his mother mummified.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So then, Psycho is the earliest incarnation.
Yeah. Psycho is. Oh, nice.
Yeah, we've got another person to chat. L2 Blocksword.
Somebody making a drink?
I'll check back in. I'll check back in as soon as possible. I need to wake up a bit more. But that's fine. That's fine.
Actually, guys, it's every month. I'm high school Pepsi.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's one horror movie that I actually liked. It's not scary. I just really like it. Are any of you familiar with Abigail Breslin, Little Miss Sunshine, or the younger sister from Zombieland?
No, because I haven't seen any Zombieland movies yet.
Okay, so I forget the name of this movie, but she's in this movie where she keeps reliving the same day over and over again, but no one else realizes it. Except for her dad. But he's acting strange. And it then turns out that she's dead. And that she died in the 80s. And she keeps finding things from modern day in her room. Right?
Yeah. That's a really creepy idea, actually.
Yeah.
She just faked it, and also just live her life somewhere.
No, she was murdered. I won't spoil the end of the movie, but it's actually really good how they solve it. But yeah, like Abigail Breslin's horror movie, I forget the name of it. But it's actually really good, like. because like at one point the girl who was living in the modern day, she was being Abigail had to take over her body, right? So then they leave messages to each other. And the girl was like, watch this video, I recorded for you on my iPad. But she's never seen an iPad. So I press play and she's looking at it like, what the hell is this?
That sounds kind of cool, actually.
Hmm.
I don't like
It
the
is.
not
So-
knowing you're dead part, but that creeps me out.
Yeah.
Huh. So the 80s Abigail died, but somehow the modern day Abigail finds an iPad and not knowing what it is, and also plays it anyway, and also saw her 80s counterpart died. That's kind of confusing in the matter.
No. No. Abigail is living in the 80s, pretty much. One day, in a loop. Right? There is another girl living in her house in modern times. She leaves the ghost, Abigail, is a ghost. She starts interacting with this alive girl. They realize that they can interact with each other and that Abigail can take over her body. So when she's now in the body of this girl who is asleep, she leaves a message for her on an iPad. Make sense? It's a good movie, like. It is a really
It
good
sounds
movie.
very anime. That
Can
sounds
you
very
It's
find-
not.
anime.
It's live action.
Can
No,
you
I
find the
know.
call when you remember it?
Hold on.
Oh, you had to. Oh, I see, Sci-Fi Nation. That's okay. We'll see you next time.
Haunter, 2013.
Wait, Haunter?
Yeah.
Huh? Let's see if I can find it on my tablet.
Hey, Dalek, I tweeted a picture at you.
Oh, really?
So it was released in 2017, right?
13.
13.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Abigail Breslin.
All right. Heading over to my tablet. Haunter 2013. Huh. Now, there it is. Let's see. Haunter is a 2013 Canadian supernatural horror film directed by Vincenzo Natali. Written by Brian King and starring Abigail Breslin. The film premiered at 2013 South by Southwest Film Festival and was picked up by U.S. distribution there by FIC Midnight. Huh, there's a theoretical poster.
You sure you sent me something, Steven? Because I'm not.
I didn't
seeing
say not as a DM. I just added you in the Twitter. So if you just look
Oh.
at mentions, just look
Oh,
at mentions.
Right.
Because I can't.
Oh man, that's fantastic.
I thought you'd like that. You got to show us.
Oh man, I gotta add that as an avatar.
All right, so here's a little synopsis of the plot. So Lisa Johnson, the ghost of a teenage girl who becomes unaware that she is dead, haunts a house somewhere in northern Ontario, along with her parents and brother, who are unaware that they that they are dead, she is stuck in the same day they were murdered in 1985. So Lisa. So the so the so Lisa Johnson doesn't know that she's dead, and also her parents and her brother don't know they are dead, but they are stuck in the same in the same day. Sounded like something coming out from Groundhog Day.
It's actually
Yeah, I
quite
thought so too. There's a surprising number of films that there's one I saw called 2:15, where time slips back to the beginning of the day at 2:15 every single day, and it could be speculated that it's happening at the same time as Groundhog's Day, but it has a science fiction reason why the whole world is repeating, and that it would make Groundhog Day a coincidence.
I saw someone analyze Groundhog Day, a scientist, right? And he looked in and it said how long he was living the same day over and over again.
Yeah.
Right? 10,000 years.
Right. As she, all right, and as I'm continuing reading, as she becomes more aware of her circumstances, she realizes that she can make contact with people in other timelines. As she explores
I literally just said all this.
This ability, the pale man appears and warns her to stop. Undeterred, Lisa uses personal items from the other people killed in house to make a connection with Olivia, part of a family living in a house in the future who will become the next set of victims.
Well read.
Yes, and Moiser literally just said all of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Yeah, Haunter. Make sure you look up you put in the movie, Stephen, because there's a Pokemon called Haunter. I swear to God, I've got dry skin in my ears, and it's the most annoying thing ever.
Yeah, man. Welcome to my whole world. It's so dry around here.
How do you cope with it? You don't wear.
I take a very, very hot shower and let the water actually go into my ears. I actually pull down my earlobes and let it get into my ears. Or you use a saline cleaning.
I think I'm gonna have to.
That helps a lot.
Saline cleaning?
Yeah, they sell like an ear like saline, and the kind you would use for your eyes. Same stuff can go in your ear, and you just let it drain out and Q-tip it out, and it helps a lot to moisturize it if it's really dry. But I am not a doctor.
Steven, November 6th for you, I believe. Is it November? Yeah, November 6th for you. Your clocks go back. Just a heads up for you as well.
Yeah, it's all automatic. I don't even pay attention anymore. I just, my phone is my clock, is my everything. So the only clock I know is going to be the one that automatically resets anyway. So
there's a huge clock in the center of my town, and once a year a guy goes up to it and turns it back. And the joke in the city is no one knows who he is. Like, he's dressed to say. This guy is wearing a maintenance uniform, a black uniform, right? Like an overall. And they're like, some dude was taking a photo of him back in 1900 doing the same thing, and he turned around, and the joke is that now it's a ghost whose death is so boring that he does the same job every single year.
That would be a great miniseries.
Actually, in Harry Potter, one professor died, and Dalek, we're going to see him in the game.
See who?
Oh, the historian, the historical professor. I love that character in the books.
Yes, we're going to see him in the game.
Professor Binns, you mean?
Yeah, he's going to be one of our teachers.
That's
Oh.
fantastic. Is this an up-res or like an actual new game?
It's a new. Hold on. I'm going to share. I'm going to do the thing. Okay.
All right, fine. If you have to, I guess we're gonna have to see the clip, or let's do it.
I'm not showing the clip because they don't want Dalek's channel to get hit.
Right.
Now, Dalek, prepare to punch Steven in the face.
Punch him in the face. Why?
Because I said so.
Oh, for being rude to the potato. You know, I tried to
Not
play
for
hot
existing.
potato with the potato.
Okay, what's this?
So, this is... I'm just showing Steven the graphics. This is Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, cool.
It's set in the 1860s, and apparently it's been agreed on that the game is canon to the entire Potter series.
That should be cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure that this will be the conversation on Nerdrotic, and you know, they'll be talking about this in the gaming communities. It'll be a whole thing. There'll be plenty of content for all.
Oh, I'm making content on this.
I'll give it this. The game does look good, at least.
It does. Like, it's PS5 level graphics.
Right.
So it'll look amazing on Dalek's current generation of Xbox.
Yeah.
Um.
You should ask Raquel. Raquel might be into this as well.
Oh yeah. Raquel told me to get back to her on it.
So, guys, I want to ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Does it sting?
So, have you ever heard or watched Deadpool?
Hey Dalek, congratulations on 150 subscribers.
What?
Refresh,
Wait,
man.
I have, Moises.
Finally!
Nice.
Dalek's right
Yeah,
now. Get sleep. Bye, bitches. And
We did it, folks!
Well, then.
150! Thank you, everybody, so much. This is great.
I
Well,
tweeted
guess
you
you
out,
will mark
Dalek.
an
It's all my.
achievement.
It's all thanks to me, Dalek. I tweeted you out here, there.
So, Dalek, did you
Achievement
download?
unlocked.
Did you download the image? Can you
Achievement
show it?
unlocked. The 150th Dalek.
I did, yes, Revan, I did find it, I did save it on my phone, and I added it as an avatar on my phone, but it's not showing up yet on the laptop. So I think to get that, I'll probably might need to either refresh the thing or leave the studio or something like that.
Can you show it though?
I suppose I can. Yeah. Okay. All right. I can still show it. Hang on.
So, about Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
So, I wanted to ask you that I actually wanted to ask you for any of you guys who have seen the movie.
Yeah.
Although I was supposed to watch the movie, but I did stop because I actually did not realize that Deadpool was part of the X-Men universe.
X-Men universe, kind of, maybe.
Well, the
Sorta.
X-Men cinematic universe, because it's actually the other cinematic universe tapped in besides the MCU.
Take a look at
Oh,
this.
that is adorable.
Oh look, it's a Dalek carrying a pumpkin.
Ready for Halloween. Give me your candy.
Aw.
Give me your Snickers bars.
I wonder if the little precious would be in that bucket.
Wouldn't that be cute if she just suddenly if the little precious just poked a little head out of that bucket.
Yeah, it would be really adorable.
What the hell
I
is
leave
this little
such-
precious?
His cat, obviously. Cat, dog, mouse.
Moises, do you mind if I show everybody our little precious?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm
all right.
scared to ask.
No. Don't worry. It's nothing. It's nothing bad. It's nothing bad at all.
Shows butt ass and naked Dalek. It's like, why are there so many tentacles? My mom is taking me to the doctor.
Okay.
One time I showed this guy a picture I was friends with, and we were on a Discord chat. Now it was a picture of my dog, right? He's like, and he just shouted out in the middle of the Discord chat, "Why are you naked?"
Here she is.
Oh, okay.
Here's a little precious.
Yep, my sweet little potato.
Yeah. Her name's what's it? Muffley or Muffley.
Yeah, it's Moffley. Moffley. It's actually something in French.
I see.
Yeah, right. Well, I think, and basically this absolute little darling is she's Moises's daughter.
Okay.
Yep, my sweeto.
Yeah, his sweet little potato. Yeah. Right. Well, I think that's I think you've seen her now. So, bye, precious.
So, anyways, about Deadpool, I actually thought that Deadpool might be part of the X-Men cinematic universe, which is also another universe I haven't tapped in other than the MCU.
Deadpool's
it is sort of.
Deadpool's existence in universe is ambiguous. It's like, which universe is he in? Because the X-Men he's like, at the same time, when it was in modern times, it's like, we can't afford any X-Men. Meanwhile, there was a cameo from a load of different X-Men, all
Right.
from the
First
90s.
class.
So yeah, so they're like, what universe is he even in? But he'll now be shipped over to the MCU along with Wolverine.
And I actually wanted to ask you something. I actually noticed that Deadpool has now appeared on Tubi, and I actually have a question. Should I skip all the X-Men movies to get to Deadpool, or should I just watch all the X-Men movies just so I can watch Deadpool?
Deadpool is its own thing. It connects to all of them and none of them at the same time.
But does Deadpool actually have any tie-ins with the X-Men movies?
Only one, and that's in
One
Wolverine
scene.
Origin.
No, that's
No,
no.
You have to. That Deadpool exists not only as a toy in the first movie, but as a plot device at the closing of the second.
Yeah, but he also has a tie-in to the First Class movie, to the First Class X-Men.
Yeah.
I just wanted
Deadpool exists in multiple universes.
I just wanted to quickly show you that.
Yeah, and his own, like, Deadpool. You see, the thing about Deadpool is Deadpool's aware he's in movie, game, comic, whatever you're looking at Deadpool, he's aware he's in that medium. That's why he breaks the fourth wall the whole time.
Right. Yeah, one could almost say that that's one of his powers.
It is, yeah.
Because it's either, I honestly think that it's a delusion, but we get it only by accident because we're watching the movie. He's talking to us, but it's not really clear whether or not we really exist in his world. But he's talking to us anyway. It's just an ambiguous them. He never said the audience. He just says them.
They're talking, and there is a theory that he is talking to either the Watcher or he is talking to one of the gods.
That would make sense.
And and also, so it's kind of like how Pinkie Pie does it, how she has the ability to break the fourth wall.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's quite a few. I know there's quite a few characters out there which can do that, which can break the fourth wall.
Like Pinkie Pie, Discord.
Yeah, and okay, so yeah, Pinkie Pie, Discord, Deadpool. Who else could break the fourth wall?
She-Hulk.
Yeah, the comic She-Hulk. We will not discuss about that other She-Hulk.
Regardless, She-Hulk as a character in the Marvel Universe and now the television universe does and can break the fourth wall. Quite severely at points.
We would never mention. I
never knew she could do that. And I've always liked. I'd always liked She-Hulk.
In the the John Byrne incarnation of She-Hulk and the contemporary form of She-Hulk during the 80s, 90s, she would not only break the fourth wall, but enter into storylines in the book by going in between the panels. She would interrupt conversations and stuff like that. She would have discussions with the editorial staff during the comic book. So yeah, she's been doing it for a long time. That's where the TV show gets it from.
There's also
with no comment as to whether or not that's good or bad. But
there's also another mutant in the comic form. Like he's like one of the gods mutants, things like that. He connects to Deadpool momentarily, and he's there and he turns around and he asks the writer to fix his cloak, and he's like, "Where the hell did that come from?"
Nice.
So it's like one. Yeah, so in the comics, Deadpool is aware of the writers.
You know, one could say that the Watcher. Watchers are continuously talking to the fourth wall through the fourth wall because it's like, who are they even introducing themselves to? Who are they talking to when they talk?
The Watchers.
I'm sorry, Dalek.
Just a quick thing. I've actually now got 151 subs.
Nice.
Yeah, you're get. I tweeted you out, Alec. You're at. I'm getting a couple of likes on it.
Thanks, Revan.
So Stephen, so you know the way the Watchers sit outside of the universe,
right?
Above the Watchers, there's the like eternity, death, faith,
right.
Lucifer, all those, and above them is the source. So the Watchers are reporting to them. That's who the Watchers reporting to. And there's other Watchers as well.
So it's not a fourth wall break. Gotcha. Okay.
No. The Watcher, basically, the Watcher is recording down history of the multiverse and talking to other Watchers at the same time. It's just that we can't see them because we're assigned one Watcher.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Like, the way I understand it from the comics is there's a shitload of Watchers. So if we're the Avengers, we're assigned one Watcher, but then another group of our Avengers are assigned another Watcher. That's why there's so many different groups in the multiverses, because all the different Watchers are watching them.
Okay, so there's this whole...
Yeah. Whole network of Watchers. Who frankly are taken from the Guardians of Oa from DC Comics.
Okay. Yeah, wasn't that Kirby's fault when he came over to Marvel?
Yeah. Also, that Deadpool is a parody of Deathstroke.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
No wonder why there are some similarities between Deathstroke and Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
They're literally written by the same person. Well, created.
Oh, right. Those Image comic boys before they became
Yeah.
Image. Yeah. Yeah, that period was so bizarre. It's like all the villains all basically looked the same. Like everybody started looking the same with the belts and the guns and the. Good grief! It was what a mess. There was so much going on screen all the time.
So,
So,
the,
Steven,
so
Go ahead.
no, you want to?
are you familiar with
Rapid-
Avatar: The Last Airbender, the
Yes.
TV show?
Yes.
Okay, so do you know why Aang wore that big weird armor? And that made no sense. That I fell over in the Fire Nation.
Yeah. Isn't it based from a video game? Isn't it?
No. So Nickelodeon requested a toy of Aang in armor that they could sell. Okay.
Oh, for real?
Oh, you
Yeah.
gotta be kidding me.
Hold on,
God.
this gets funnier. So they said, okay, we'll put him in armor, but it was such an outlandish piece of armor, and Aang only wore it for one scene that they couldn't sell it.
That's totally awesome.
Well, I don't freaking believe. I
Was
don't
that
believe
on-
them at all?
Was that on book 3?
When did this happen? When they're in the Fire Nation?
Yeah.
Yeah. When
That's on book 3.
what's his face is when he goes to train to become a swordsman.
Yeah,
Sokka.
Yeah,
When-
when
when
Aang
Sokka
and
gets-
Katara go shopping, and Aang's like, oh yeah, I could turn this into a Wembley. Whoo, 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 whoo.
Absolutely fantastic. That show was so aware, so self-aware.
That in my opinion, Avatar: The Last Airbender, in my opinion, is one of the greatest cartoon series ever made, and I couldn't recommend.
Yeah.
I freaking love that show so much.
Yeah.
Also, this is coming from myself, but it is said that Sokka's space sword was actually lying on the exhibit of Emoticon Museum at this day.
Oh, really, Moises?
Yeah.
There's
Although
a Emoticon Museum has that sword.
Oh yeah, it was that. Although Sokka called it the space sword, but for the Emoticons, they just call it the meteorite sword. It's actually an ancient artifact they actually have possessed from back in the old eras.
Right. Yeah, I had heard that it was based on a real sword.
Yeah, actually, in where it actually comes from is Tutankhamun, because Tutankhamun and two other pharaohs, one really really old pharaoh, right? Like, we're talking about Scorpion King era, like first pharaohs,
Right.
have been found with a meteorite daggers, a sword, and a meteorite cutlass.
Yeah, because I know of at least one in the Chinese folklore and the Chinese artifact as well.
Yeah.
And there must be one in Japan. I can't imagine they would miss an opportunity like that to make a sword out of meteor.
There was
Avatar.
one. Not the Irish didn't make a sword, but we made a load of lance tips for nobles. Like, like for the tip of the spears.
Right. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, like the tip of the spears was made out of a meteorite that hit the ocean.
Right. Well, the Spear of Destiny is supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't doubt that if the Spear of Destiny is an actual real thing, it might have been made out of space material. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Like, if it got into the hands of royalty, it's going to be covered in gold and shit.
Oh, okay. Well, the Spear of Destiny does have that appearance, but I think it's brass and it's bronze.
At least the space sword. Well, the space sword was actually a really old artifact, and some say they actually found it within within the forests, and
yeah, where in China or in Japan? Was it China?
in the northern region of America. Before the Magpians just move over there and declare.
Okay, Moises. These two have no idea what you're talking about because everything you're talking about is all made up.
Oh, you're talking about your fictional world. I'm sorry, Moises. I didn't catch that. I thought you were actually talking about because there are real meteorite swords that exist in China, and I'm sure in Japan, but I'm definitely sure about China.
Stephen,
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the Cloud People?
Are we talking?
Mesoamerica.
I might have heard a report, but it was probably through a Fortean, one of Fort's books.
So basically, there's this group of people who are a lot paler, taller, and slightly more advanced in metallurgy than the locals. I'm not sure which empire it was.
Yeah, well,
right?
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but they lived on a cliff. They just appeared. There's only about 500 of them, and they wore pants. And people are saying like, there's theories as either they're Vikings, they're Celts, or they're Europeans.
Well, I have to make a confession about my personal beliefs regarding history. First of all, what we have as history is a necessary evil of what actually may have happened. And this is all due respect to the current body of historical record, research, and scholarship that has brought us to this day. I will at least grant them the grace that they only were allowed to publish on what was available or what was allowed to be published upon. So I will grant the science of history that. But there is far too much evidence that, and you're gonna yell at me, Revan. I know you are, but there is a body of evidence that suggests that 500 years of our history is missing. It might be a little bit more than that, and that history may actually take 500 years out of our calendar, making the existence of Christ and the Crusades closer in time than we think, and that the remnants of a people that we currently refer to as Romans were actually a superior class so far above us that we were almost another species. And they're the ones that were in charge. And we may have, and this is a big maybe, our modern age of history would be accurate in the sense that once they were vanquished, or at least dealt with in some way, in the 14 to 1500s, in something that would be equivalent to like an episode of Star Wars, these people were brought under at least some agreement, and then the new age started, which is why we have the resurrection of in the Renaissance and all of the industry by the 16 and 1700s and so on, and that part of the history is entirely accurate, but the previous age, the classical age, may have been filled with a lot more superpowers than we'd like to believe. That I think there was a lot more going on back then that we're just not talking about. There is a double-headed eagle symbol that was all over the earth at one point in time, and even in North America and South America, this symbol has been seen as a symbol, and the idea that it's still attached to the Vatican and the Eastern blocks, as well as some of the northern regions in Siberia.
There's a reason why it's attached to the Eastern blocks.
I would be really surprised if somebody could give me a totally clear answer as to why it got bastardized into our current eagle form. Basically, where the other head went. Where was the other head? Where is it gone? Why is it not displayed? It's still the same eagle. It's still doing exactly the same things. What the hell happened? You know.
So those two heads of the eagles, theoretically, I'm going to say, represented the two halves of the Roman Empire. One looking east, one looking west.
Damn it.
What's wrong? Dalek, you okay?
No, it's fine. The YouTube app on my iPad crashed.
So one looking east, Stephen, and one looking west. Right? And then the descendants of the houses who conquered the Western Roman Empire took that symbol as their own. That's why you get it in
I've
Russia,
seen the earliest
Albania.
forms where it's literally the eagle chopped in half.
Yes, so basically when the Roman Empire split in two, they split the eagle.
Right,
Because
much the same way that the northern and southern areas of Egypt split the helmet, right?
Yes, literally the same way.
Yeah.
So it's like two heads, one looking east for the east, one looking west for the west. That's what the two heads represented.
Right. Yeah, I've discovered that there's a mental correlation as well. There's an uncanny similarity to the position of the heads of the eagle, the position of the eyes, and the chest of the eagle.
Quick warning, guys. I'm gonna wrap this up at 3 hours.
That sounds fine. That's totally cool. There's a physical correlation with the wings being the upper lobes of the brain, the center of the chest being the pituitary, and the claws actually being what Christ was talking about when he said eagle's claws were tearing at my brain, when you consider that the claws are actually the ears, the canals of the ears. And that would make the tail the column going down into the spine.
Well, the thing about the eagle is it's been new. If you start going, the problem is, and it'll go into what you were saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is the Romans don't have eagles; they have falcons.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Then you have to go back. It's basically a game of hopscotch. There is a people you need to look into, Stephen, to see people. Now, personally, I believe that they're a collective group of the survivors of vanquished colonies of the Roman Empire. They showed up, they screwed shit up, they disappeared. Right? I think myself that they were the collective groups of, hey, our countries, our kingdoms were destroyed, let's screw over the Romans. But...
Well, guys, I'm back.
Okay. But...
Where did you go, Moses?
Well, I just went to the bathroom, but my dad just occupied the shower, so I had to wait. And I was struggling to hold it on, but when my dad opens the bathroom, I just went in.
Okay.
Too much information, man.
We get the idea.
But the problem is with all this is the Bronze Age collapse. A lot of shit was lost during the Bronze Age collapse.
Yeah, and I pointed out on some of these artifact channels that
and by the way, guys, I need to get off the stream. My battery is low. It's off to 3%.
I don't know if you heard that me say this, Moses, but at 3 hours, I'm gonna end this stream at 3 hours. So you got another like 6-7 minutes.
Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna need to leave the stream because my battery is low.
We'll see you, Moises. Thanks for coming on.
All right, Moises. Okay, I'll talk to you on Discord later. Shall I?
All right. Later, guys.
Okay, bye, Moises.
Later.
Bye.
But yeah, so the Bronze Age collapsed.
I wonder how much was lost. I wonder how much was lost just by armies taking artifacts and melting them down for their bronze, for their iron, for their steel, for their gold. I mean, how many precious artifacts and mechanisms? Just the existence of the Antikythera mechanism has got to be the most magnificent find ever, because it proves that there was so much more going on, and it's all gone. It's all gone. There must have been hundreds of clocks like that. Hundreds of them.
There was some, because I've looked into, like, I used to work in history and Irish especially. That's what I'm most familiar with. but there's a lot of weird things in Ireland. Like they turned around and they said like that they built a tomb, one tomb, Newgrange, bigger, stronger, and older than the pyramids, and never built anything like it again. My question is, why?
Because it's bullshit. Because they didn't build them. Somebody else built those damn things, and we have no idea who they are. We are colonists to a lot of these zones. I bet you they were like. There's this spooky cave somewhere in the United States, and every time a farmer or a person takes possession of the land, they have all kinds of ghost problems. You couple that with like the existence of like underground lands, and you've got your answer as to why they're having trouble. There's something coming out of the ground, out of that cave, that we don't understand at all. You know, like Mothman kind of stuff.
Yeah. 5 minutes to go. Dalek, you heading off yourself after the stream? Like, you gonna get some sleep?
Well, I might do. I was thinking.
Steven, you want to hang back for a bit?
Yeah, I'll hang in the backstage, of course.
Yeah. But I really need to get you in contact with Kai. He's in my Discord group. Are you in my Discord group?
I signed on to your Discord.
No, sorry, my Twitter group. Hold on. Are you?
No, in your Discord as well.
Yeah, the network.
Hold on, I'll check.
It's a DM group.
No, actually, I don't.
Okay, I'll add you in. You really need to get in contact with Kai. You two will have a fantastic stream.
I've had contact with him. Oh, I see you as a whatchamacallit. I have you as a you DM'd me it on Discord.
Yeah. There you go. Now you're added in. There you go.
And you'll send me an invite. It'll pop up here, I guess.
Oh no! You immediately get added in. 1 sec, Kai.
I'll do that in the celebration stream later.
Congratulations, Dalek.
Yeah. That's thanks. And I plan to, now that I've actually hit 150, I plan to do another little bit of a celebration stream for that later.
Right.
Yeah, maybe.
There you go.
Maybe tonight or maybe tomorrow. So.
Yeah. So yeah, I just pinged Kai for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've been in his chat before, and
oh yeah, but I mean, you should be on his stream with him.
Yeah. Okay. That'd be cool.
Honestly. Oh, it would. Like, honestly. Because, I mean, the thing is, I don't know as much about this stuff, as you would. I know more about, like, the classic history and things, but Kai's really up your alley.
Well, I've always been on the edge of this kind of thing. I do a lot of research. I know a lot of the material that's out there. I'm not as hardcore a believer about some of the more ridiculous things, and I don't know how inclusive Kai is. It's like, there might have been giants, but I'm much more interested in Sasquatch as something that may have been more evolved a few thousand years ago, or is more evolved, and they're so evolved they're just like, you know what? We're just not going to deal with these people anymore because they're insane. You know what I mean? And they're just hanging out in the woods, and they're just like, whatever, this is cool. We can raise kids like this.
Hold on, because we are nearly at the 3 hours. So, because I mean, these conversations are going to be like cut short, that way.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I am about to end this. Since we're almost at, once we hit 3 hours, I'm gonna do my little outro and then end it.
Cool deal.
Yeah. But Yeah, I'm having a bit of issues with a guy who keeps DMing me stuff, and I'm like, dude, why are you DMing me this? My God. And
Hey,
I'll tell you backstage.
right.
And
Hey,
and there's three, and that's 3 hours. So to everyone on came on the panel, you Stephen, you Revan, the captain, Sci-Fi Nation, Tiger Stripes, who else? Moises. Who else came on? Quite a few people
Sci-Fi
came on.
Nation was on here briefly. Scotty R37 was also
Oh yes,
on.
Scotty was here earlier. Yeah, yes. Quite a few people came on tonight.
Yeah, in the chat we had a bunch of people come on from Pops. So
This was
yeah,
a
we had
really
a big chat.
really good, pretty successful stream, I think.
Yep.
So yeah, thank you to everybody who came on the panel. Thank you for everyone who was in the chat. And Canadian Spider-Man was here. Pop culture curator, Fedora the Horrible, Geek Hero Bubba, Pluck Sword, Sci-Fi Nation.
Yeah,
BK Dan was here before. PJ Maybe, Skogli Yotan, Arvik Sonder. Who else? Oh yeah, Son of a Red Shirt was here briefly too.
Yep.
Yeah,
and Apex as well. Apex Comics.
Apex Comics, yeah. I think that's pretty much everyone. So yeah, thank you all. Everybody was in the chat. Everyone in the panel. Thank you very much for finally getting me past my goal of 150 subs. At some point I will do a celebration stream to say thank you for 150, and here's to my next goal, which I think will be maybe just a little more ambitious. Maybe just go straight. Maybe instead of another 10 subs, maybe it should make it like my next goal should actually be 200. So
onwards and upwards.
Exactly.
So anyway, thank you for 150. Here's to 200, and for now, from the surface of Skaro, this is Dalek 451 signing off. I will see you all next time. Good night, everybody.